Hello? Hello?
Hello? You hear me now? You hear me now? Is this pre-recorded? No. How could I be talking to you right now if it was pre-recorded? That would be impossible. I had it back in January. First time I had the flu in probably 15 years. Yeah, go Tigers. Our buddy Caden the Man dropped a new compelling video. I just saw it when I was pulling up the stream here. According to him, SMU and Miami, and I think he maybe even said Georgia Tech, are the only three teams that have a chance to make the playoffs from the ACC. He said because Clemson's a mess. But Las Vegas disagrees with him. Clemson's favored to win the ACC. So, yeah, he lives in Ohio. Yeah, I got the flu right before I went to Vegas. Thank God I didn't get it, like, while I was there. That would have sucked. But that knocked me down for about 5 days. Paradise Hills Farm. I wonder what kind of farm he has. Do you mind telling us? You don't have to if you don't want to. I do see it looks like you got a weed leaf. Is that a weed leaf in here? Growing weed, bro? What's growing? What's up, wet blanket, Michael? Who's more down bad, the flu or COVID? I don't know. I haven't had COVID since since 2020 when everybody got it. I got it. I was one of the ones that got it early on before, you know, before the world went crazy. I just remember not being able to breathe. That was the main thing. It's illegal to ejaculate if you're not using it for procreation? What? Yeah, there's a couple basketball games tonight. Yeah, I refuse to live anywhere I'm not allowed to ejaculate. Isn't ejaculating a basic human right? I think they should put that amendment in the Constitution. Thou is allowed to ejaculate for any reason, as afforded the right by Jesus Christ himself. Yes. You must, I'm trying to figure out where you might live. If you're trying to get paperwork to grow weed, or as you put it, cannabis. There's only a few states that allow that, if I remember correctly. Well, I know you can grow it in Virginia because that's where my father-in-law lives. And each person can have up to, I think, 4 plants at any given time. You can grow weed in Oklahoma? I didn't know that. I know Arizona. Here's the ones I know. Virginia, for sure, because I know somebody that lives there. Colorado, I think Arizona, California, Oregon, Washington. I don't know about Pennsylvania. Is Pennsylvania a weed state? Maryland, you can grow 2 plants. It's funny, how do they come up with these numbers, you know? Like Virginia, you can grow 4 plants at your house or whatever, or in your yard. Maryland, 2. I think Colorado, it's like 8. Connecticut. We don't even have medical weed in South Carolina. You have to have a terminal illness. That was actually implemented whenever Nikki Haley was the governor of South Carolina. She got it where if you're terminally ill, you can use weed, you know, like cancer or AIDS or whatever. We'll be the last state to legalize it. Unless Trump decides he wants to do a federal decriminalization, which is going to happen eventually, whether Trump does it or not. Oh yeah, New York. No, it's funny. Whenever I was when I was young man, teenager, early 20s, I was all about legalizing weed. You know. Well, first of all, I smoked it, but I thought it was silly that it was illegal. I still think it's silly that it's illegal. But the older I got, the less I cared. You know, I thought it was like a crime against humanity when I was young. Now that I'm older, I just don't give a shit. You know, look, whether it's legal or not, people are still going to smoke it. I mean, it's so easy to get for anybody who wants it. And nobody even really cares anymore. In most places, if you get caught with it, you're just going to get a ticket. They're not even going to arrest you, you know. I hardly ever smoke anymore. Every once in a while. Once in a while, that's it. Pot should never be a Schedule 1. Yeah, there's a lot of things that are Schedule 1 that shouldn't be Schedule 1. Weed, definitely. Mushrooms. Well, all psychedelics, I guess. LSD, psilocybin. What are some of the other ones? DMT, ibogaine. You know, that's exactly right, Jay. Anything that they can't get a patent on and make billions of dollars off of, they don't want legal, which obviously you can't put a patent on weed. mushrooms are legal in Thailand, but vapes are illegal. That's weird. What kind of vapes? You talking about weed vapes or just like any vape? What about a tobacco or nicotine vape? Is that illegal? Nicotine vapes are illegal. Well, the real reason weed became illegal when it did was because of the hemp industry. It was a threat to the paper making business. Wood paper, tree paper. Yeah, exactly. But since then, it could have been legalized a million times, and the reason it's not is definitely because of the influence of big pharma. Well, they even tried to get in on it. Remember, they made a patent for that Marinol stuff, the synthetic weed. That was like in the early '90s. It came in pill form. Problem is, it doesn't work. They spent all that money developing that shit, and it doesn't even work. All right. Let's get this shit show started. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. You know, the University of Clemson developed some sort of synthetic weed. I think it's called K12. And that was popular for a while, but that shit, I tried it once and made me very, very dizzy.
Yeah.
It looks like it was used, Clemson's an agricultural college. Okay. Part of it's agricultural. And they made this kind of fertilizer, but then they found out, well, you could smoke the shit. And people started smoking it. So it became very popular in these CBD stores. I'm guessing it still might be in the CBD stores.
No, it was only legal for about a year and a half. It's been gone for a while. You're talking about a K2 is what it's called. Yeah.
K2. K2.
Yeah, that got banned pretty quickly. There's some supposed horror stories about people freaking out on it, I don't know if that's true or not. But I don't know why you'd smoke fake weed when you can just get real weed. I don't know, what's the point?
To pass a drug test.
To pass a drug, I guess. I don't know. I'm not smoking no fake weed. Fuck that.
Well, there's issues with it. Like, it's way, way, way more harmful than weed is.
Yeah.
Well, I smoked it accidentally. I mean, some guys came over, they passed it around. I smoked it. I went, what the fuck is this? Because as soon as I hit it, I went, whoa, this isn't weed. And I only took 2 puffs maybe and got all messed up.
I remember back in like 2008, 2009, whenever the bath salts became a thing. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
That was legal here for a couple of years before they caught on to it. I mean, every gas station sold it.
Too.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically just methamphetamine.
Well, hey, you want to know what it actually was? It was fucking potpourri, is what it actually was.
I don't know what was in it, but
some of that potpourri. They saw how you they saw how you spell it. And they thought, oh, it's potpourri.
K2 is part of the cilantro family. Oh, can you eat it? Can you put it on your tacos?
Yeah, man. It's great seasoning for spaghetti sauce.
Yeah.
I think it was some sort of new kind of fertilizer is what it was built for.
Oh, yeah. Nothing like smoking a good old fertilizer. That sounds good. Of course, Clemson developed that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was popular for a while, man. It was very popular.
Well, and then shrooms grow on cow manure too. Don't forget. So
yes, they do.
No, they grow.
I have pig shrooms out of cow shit before.
It grows from organic matter, which is in cow manure, but it doesn't have to be from cow manure. It can just grow on the floor of the woods.
That's true, but the easiest way to find is growing out of cow patty.
Yeah, we would hit the pastures after a good rain in Georgia and go find a cow pasture, and there would be the mushrooms.
Yeah.
You go boil so you don't get the heartworms that are in the mushrooms, boil the shit out of them, and then, you might have some mushroom tea or something like that with them.
We have a lot of swamps down here, a lot of wetlands. My brother-in-law, I've told you, he's certifiably insane. But anyway, he's a big mushroom hunter guy. He's one of these people that goes out in the woods for like 4 and 5 hours and hunts mushrooms. Not just like magic mushrooms, not psilocybin mushrooms, but all kinds of mushrooms. Mushrooms you can eat, stuff like that. But there's some app that he gets like a notification on that will tell him, like, based on the current weather conditions or whatever, then you're likely to find this type of mushroom in this area. So it's like a GPS thing. It's like a map to go find it. Anyway, he goes out there all the time and he finds psilocybin mushrooms growing wild in the swamp, like all over the place.
Does he partake?
I think he probably does sometimes, but I don't think he wants to get caught hauling a bag full of illegal mushrooms out of the woods.
Yeah. Well, how would a cop know that they're illegal anyway? I mean, that could be that'd be hard. That'd be hard unless they test it. I don't know if they have.
I'm not saying they would have to test it. I mean, they can't tell the difference between cocaine and baking soda unless they test it.
Yeah.
Right.
You could try it.
I mean, they normally have the drug test for cocaine, methamphetamine, fentanyl.
Yeah, right. They just rub it on their gums on the side of the road and see.
Well, that is a test.
It is a test. That is correct.
I've tested them before. They worked.
Yeah, that's definitely cocaine there.
Yeah.
Definitely get in the vehicle.
Yeah, rub it on your
That's why
gums.
you never want to adopt one of those retired police dogs because, I mean, they've spent their life sniffing out cocaine, so dogs are liable to be a little off.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, what's up, Rec Talk? I haven't talked to you in a while.
What's up, man? Yeah. Well, I'm excited. We're going on a cruise soon, so I thought we'd go on there.
Yeah, it's coming up in a couple of weeks. I went on there yesterday and bought my drink package and my Wi-Fi package, and it said, I think, 17 days till you cruise. So I guess today's 16 days.
How much was the Wi-Fi package? Like $15 a day?
It's fucking ridiculous is what it is. There's like 5 different packages you can choose from. I don't know, like, I'm assuming the higher the package, the stronger the Wi-Fi signal is.
Or faster, probably. It probably terrace it by
speed. But anyway, so the cheapest one is $18 per day per person.
Holy shit.
So whatever that is, what is that? Anyway, for 2 people in a cabin, it's double that. So the one I got was the next to highest. The highest one is like fucking $80 a day.
That's what you pay in a month, dude.
It's $80 a day, but you can have up to 4 devices on it. But I don't need 4 devices. I've only got 2 people.
Now this is just a rumor, but I heard this on the first cruise I took that the cheap one is akin to that shitty Wi-Fi in Sanford Stadium.
Yeah. That I wouldn't get the cheap one. I got mine was the second from the top, and it was $23 or $24 a day per person. So it was like $50 for me and Mrs. Peete per day for 3 days. So $150.
What was your drink package?
Oh God, that's $80 a day per person.
Wow. But if you top it out, it's absolutely worth it.
Yeah, it's 15 drinks. So
Sodas are only $11 a day, though. I'm gonna be drinking some Diet Cokes like a fiend.
Yeah.
Like Trump would.
I mean, I'm a beer drinker, but if I'm paying for it, I'm getting the expensive. I mean, 15 beers is nothing. You know?
Rick, if you don't dress up like Trump and double fist some Diet Cokes, that's an opportunity missed.
Do you see these Diet Cokes? People look at me and they say, wow, what great Diet Cokes.
I mean, on vacation, I could drink 15 beers before lunch. You know?
And I'll get your money's worth for sure. I mean, because you're paying out the ass for internet, you're going to have to get this money back somewhere.
Yeah. But I think I'm ready to go now. So I got everything I need. Got all my shit paid for. The one thing
going down.
We're going down the day before, so Thursday.
Yeah. I haven't booked the hotel yet. I need to.
Yeah, we got a room at that Days Inn in Cocoa Beach, Florida. I think it's the only one there.
Was it Cocoa Beach? Are you sure about that?
Yeah, it's Cocoa Beach. It's when you go to the website, it says Cocoa Beach / Port Canaveral on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Sea-Dog and I are going down the day before as well.
Well, where are you going to stay?
I don't know. He's got it set up already. I honestly haven't looked at it.
Who all is going with you? Is it just you two or?
His wife and his brother, I think.
Okay. Four people.
Oh, so his entourage isn't coming this time?
I don't think the full entourage is coming now.
No, I think it's just the four he said. We counted it up the other night. We came up with, I think, 28 people that we know are coming. Of course, that includes, wives, girlfriends, stuff like that. But, yeah, around 30 people.
Well, I don't know about you, but I need a vacation, so I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I got to go out of town this weekend for 4 or 5 days.
For what?
Going to bury my dad up in Washington, or in Arlington, in Washington.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
I remember you talking about that.
I mean, we didn't have to go for as long, but the kids have never been to D.C., so we figured we'd make it an educational trip and take them to the museums and the monuments and to see all that shit.
So you have like a military, like full military funeral?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's very cool, man. That's very good.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm ready to get this over with. You know what I mean? It's been a while. But the service isn't until Tuesday, but we're going up on Saturday. So we'll have a couple of days to look around town.
Well, be careful flying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, the airport we're flying into is the one where the crash happened, Reagan Airport.
Yeah. It's.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm finally getting my ass on a commercial flight going somewhere, and now all these damn planes are going down. It's got me a little questioning my decisions.
I finally heard a pilot talk about the Toronto crash, and they're saying, "Oh, well, there were no crosswinds." Okay, that's bullshit. There was plenty of crosswinds when he was coming down. You even see the plane tilt, but what he also said was pilot error. This guy was coming down at 1,100 feet per minute. That's what jets do to get on an aircraft carrier.
Yeah,
that's how fast they come down.
Yeah,
actually they come down at 800 feet per minute.
Yeah, he landed he was going way too fast when he landed.
Way too fast. The wheels weren't going to hold up for that. So when he hit, he just pounded those wheels into submission.
I don't know
that the crosswinds turned his ass over.
I've never seen a plane turn over on its top like that before.
Well, this guy said, I am 99.9% sure that it was pilot error and crosswinds had a lot to do with the turning over of the plane.
Was there a microburst maybe? Was there a huge downdraft to wind?
Maybe.
That maybe forced them down too?
Could have. But if you've seen the video, if you watch the video, just watch it at the very end when he's about to touch down, it kind of moves to the right. The whole plane moves to the right. Well,
I'm going to ask my brother's a pilot, and he actually flies for Delta now that he retired from the Air Force.
Yeah.
That was a Delta flight, that one that turned over. I'm going to ask him about it. I'm sure he'll know, probably what happened.
Well, this guy was the guy that said all this was a former, jet pilot, former commercial airline pilot, all that. So, I would think he knows his stuff. But he said they're talking bullshit. When they said, well, there were no crosswinds. Crosswinds had nothing to do with it. Yes, it did.
No.
Are you flying, Pete, or are y'all going to drive down?
To Florida?
Correct, yes.
Yeah, we're driving down. I think it's like 6 hours. 6.5.
We could pool our money together and get a slob aircraft.
A slob aircraft?
Yeah.
The hell is that?
For a shitty aircraft we can fly around in.
Oh.
What do you want the Buddy Holly story?
Or Ricky Valens or any of those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're talking about like a Cessna, like a prop plane.
Well, the funny thing is, one guy that's a fan of my channel is a pilot for small planes like that, and he's like, I could fly you to North Carolina for that North Carolina game, but then he said basically I was too fat for the plane he flew in.
Damn.
Yeah.
Was he flying in fucking Snoopy's plane? The hell?
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, well, shit, dude, you've seen me before, so like, I feel like you set me up to shit on me there.
I feel like that's just what he tells, fat girls. Like, oh, are you too fat to fly with me? Only skinny girls get on this plane.
Well,
Apparently they can't get in Ubers either.
No, so we'd have to get something a little better than that.
Yeah, it's we looked at flying down there. It just wasn't worth the cost. I mean,
Well, it's about to go way up because I think there's something like where they offer you credit cards, and I think there's some usury laws that are coming into effect or going out of effect that are meaning that they can't do that anymore, and that basically subsidizes the cost of the tickets. So I think the price of tickets are going to start like skyrocketing.
oh, great. Like everything else.
Yeah, basically you're going to have to choose to drive somewhere or feed yourself.
I mean, I've got a limit. I'm not driving 10 to 12 hours to go anywhere anymore. I'm over that. So if it's 10 to 12 hours of driving or more, I'm flying. Or maybe
and that's why I decided to fly, because it was I could have done it faster because we're not going to have the kids. But Google Maps had it like 13 and a half hours.
Yeah, fuck that. It's like a 2-hour flight.
Exactly. A nonstop flight is literally 2 hours.
Yeah, it's worth it for you. It's worth it for you to fly.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Or you could just drive to Cobb County and then you could ride in the bed of Sea Dog's truck with your wife.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not opposed to that. I don't know her thoughts on it though.
Well, I mean, you're the man, so you can choose right now. Here's what she thinks.
Yeah, right.
And that is a prime example of why I am still married and you are not.
I was just about to say that. One of you is still married and one of you isn't. I wonder why.
I'll tell you what, when I got to go somewhere, I don't have to wait on her to get out of the bathroom, do I? I just fucking go.
Yeah.
I don't have to wait on her either. Like I've been married long enough. Like I know this game. Like I don't start getting ready till she hits a certain point.
Oh, you just have like a handicap in the clock, basically?
Pretty much, yeah.
See, I haven't learned that yet. I still just get ready and then berate her for an hour while she's getting ready.
I can see how this goes, too. Like, you start pacing first, and then the anger builds.
Yeah, well, first thing I do is I grab the car keys and just stand there and watch her. She's, like, curling her hair. I'm standing in the doorway with, like, jingling the keys in my hand, you know?
That's what marriage is about.
Yeah. What's up with that, too? Like, women with straight hair want curly hair. Women with curly hair want straight hair.
I don't like that.
Well, you know how that
Man,
goes.
sit there and tell that lie, woman. How many mornings you sat in that bathroom straightening your hair? Go lie to somebody who don't know you.
Not this bad.
Damn.
Dang, dude. Just call her woman and shit.
Uh-oh.
That's like Zoe has got straight hair. She wants her mom to curl her hair all the time.
Zoe sounds like a real problem.
Oh, no. That little one? That's going to be the devil child. I can already see it.
Yeah, my youngest is going to be he's going to be a handful. My oldest is, he doesn't get in trouble. He's quiet. You know, he's a good kid. The younger one, yeah, I'm not looking forward to his teenage years. He's going to be getting into trouble.
Yeah, that's how I think Riley's going to be.
Yeah.
Oh, I need some help from you guys.
What?
Because my daughter just turned 5. And the other day she asked me in the truck, Dad, are you going to die one day? And have your kids hit you with that?
Yeah. Yeah, he went through a phase when he was like 6 or 7 where he was, you know, for a few weeks where he was like obsessed with death, you know?
Yeah, that's kind of where she is.
Yeah.
Because, like,
what'd you tell her?
Dad is dead. I think that prompted this.
Yeah,
What did you tell her?
Yeah, what'd you tell her?
I was like, well, I mean, eventually one day I will, but, like, you just let me worry about that. It's going to be all right. So,
You know what you need to tell her? Tell her, are you going to live forever or die trying?
Okay. Yeah, I should have called you, Scott, and be like, sweetheart, hold on one second. I got to call Scott. What I need to tell her?
That's a Groucho Marx line. I love.
I think we just told her.
Die trying.
We just told ours everyone's going to die, even you, but not for a long time. So don't worry about it right now. You know.
Yeah. It was uncomfortable. I was like, dang, because when they get old enough to kind of go through this kind of esoteric shit, I'm like, I don't know. And she goes to Catholic school, so she was singing the other day, like, Jesus, you died, but it's okay. I was like, what the hell are they talking to you about?
Jesus, you died, but you're okay?
No, but it's okay.
Oh, it's okay. All right, it's okay.
I guess
That's kind of the one thing about Christianity that's always made me raise an eyebrow is, like, the whole point is to die and go hang out with Jesus.
And God, who are the same person, I guess.
Well, your ex-wife must be Catholic because I know you aren't.
No, I was raised Baptist, which is another interesting variant of this. But yeah, I kind of respect Catholicism a little more if you just set aside the thing we all know that I'm going to have to set aside to do that.
Well,
I'll make it easy for you, Rick. He just has the same disdain for the public school system that I do.
Eat Riley.
Baptist is a lot more hardcore. Look, Catholics are hardly religious at all. I mean,
yeah, like they like to drink. Like
yeah.
Even at our school, they have Bloody Marys for Parents' Day.
Dude, you drink during a Catholic service. I've been to a Catholic service and took 2 shots.
Yeah, and in Baptist, it's like you're going to hell for that. It's
yeah, Catholics,
different religions.
even hardcore Catholics, like all they do, they don't go home and start preaching the gospel to their friends. All they do is just go to church once a week, and they feel like they've done their part. You know,
For Catholic, you have to stand up and kneel. I mean, you get a good exercise going to a Catholic church. You know,
you do, but the reason for that, Pete, is because the Catholics have purgatory. So even if you're kind of on the fence, you got a second chance. That's why Catholics do that shit.
yeah. I feel like I'm living in purgatory now. Is that possible?
Yeah.
Well, according to the Greeks, you are. Like, according to the Greeks, everybody goes to paradise just for having to go through life.
There is a theory out there that Earth is purgatory. Everybody on Earth is in purgatory.
I've heard it.
Yeah, and you're basically.
I can't say I necessarily disagree with it. I mean, it raises some valid points.
Yeah.
But no, if you think Catholics are hardcore, sir, you've never been to a Pentecostal service.
Baby.
Oh, let me tell you that is worth the price of admission.
It certainly is. Because my dad was Baptist and Pentecostal holiness, so I got a little dose of both. And I remember 6 years old going to a Pentecostal holiness church, and they're screaming up and down and running up and down the aisles, hallelujah. And me being 6 years old, I got out there and shouted with them.
Is that the one where they put their hand on your head and you like receive the Holy Ghost and fall down and pass out?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Those are the real hardcore ones are the snake handlers too.
Yeah. You don't want to get that deep into Pentecostal holiness.
Well, they speak.
Yeah, those are the real. Yeah, they do that too.
Do they
just babbling nonsense for no reason.
do they sacrifice goats?
No, that's the satanic. You know, you have a little goat soup for a snack.
No.
Well, no, the goat sacrificing, that's like way old school Judaism.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
It
what
was. I mean,
Abraham-
yeah, they sacrificed something. Yeah, you're right. Sacrificed a
Abraham
lamb.
would do that.
Two goats and a fatted calf.
Yeah.
Yeah, because God loves blood sacrifice.
Yeah, blood rituals. Yeah, there's nothing weird about that at all.
That was like Abraham era Judaism.
Well, yeah, because when he was going to kill his own son, and then God was like, "I was just kidding, bro, but I need you to kill something, so kill that little innocent lamb over there."
What about that's like the ancient Mayans, the ritual that they had for the I guess it was the chief of, I don't know what the fuck it is, whoever the leader of the Mayans was. At one point in his life, he had to do this ceremony where he stabbed his dick with a knife. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll find a way to weasel out of that one.
It was like on some certain celestial event. Like whoever the chief was had to go up on this mountain and stick his dick on top of a rock and fucking stab his dick with a knife.
Whoa.
Like as a sacrifice
what?
to the gods, I guess.
To appease the dick god?
Yeah, the dick god.
Yeah.
The dick god is very angry. Throw your shit up on this stone.
If that time came for me, I'd be like, you know what? I retire. Who wants to be chief now?
Yeah, I'll step down at that point. I resign my post.
I mean, I know that they were obsessed with human sacrifice, like hundreds of thousands of people they sacrificed to appease the Mayans.
Was that the Mayans or the Aztecs? I get some
I
of them
could be wrong.
confused.
I feel like it was the
Could be the
Aztecs, but I think it might have been both. I think the Aztecs were a lot more murderous than the Mayans were. They were even crazier.
Well, I mean, you go back far enough, there's not a religion on the planet that didn't have some form of sacrifice to it.
Well, I mean, technically, every Catholic mass is a recreation of a sacrifice. I mean, you're drinking the blood of Jesus. That's a blood sacrifice in a way.
And eating his
Yeah,
body.
eating his flesh.
Yeah, the crackers and the
Yeah, the wafers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, Catholics aren't the only ones that do that, though. Catholics, Methodists do that.
Baptists do
Presbyterians do that. Do Baptists do it? I've never been to a Baptist church.
Yeah, we did.
Most of the ones I've been to are Methodist.
But the difference is, like, the Catholic doctrine is when you put that cracker in your mouth, like, it literally becomes the body of Christ. Baptists don't believe that. It's like a ceremonial
Thing, yeah.
So in Catholicism, cannibalism's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Catholics are not going to probably believe that, but that is their doctrine.
I know that I was friends with a kid in high school who was Baptist, and of course, you know, his parents were hardcore. They didn't, you know, you're not allowed to drink. You're not allowed to. I think you're not even allowed to dance.
Yeah, that is a Baptist thing. Dancing is like a way to let the devil in.
Anyway, one night we got him really drunk and dropped him off at his house, and needless to say, his parents didn't let him hang out with us anymore after that.
Oh yeah, dude, you're a bunch of sinners bringing that kid down.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see that. Pigskin Pete is that wrong crowd.
So did
You know, I used to know a preacher's. I knew a preacher's son, and he was the worst hooligan of all of us.
They usually are.
Yeah,
That's kind of a stereotype, though. Like, I don't think it's as common as people say.
I don't know. I think a lot of those girls in porn grew up in strict religious households.
Well, either that or their daddy started diddling when they were 7.
Maybe, or both.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well, that's true.
More likely.
They're-
But did you not grow up like in a religion?
Yeah, Catholic. I mean, my parents were Catholic. My dad didn't practice because they got married in the Catholic church. He grew up Catholic, but when he got divorced, they wouldn't forgive him for it. So he said,
yeah,
"Well,
you have to like atone for it, or you have to do something to divorce in good standing."
I think that's changed now. I think the Catholic Church accepts divorce now. I mean, like they won't excommunicate you, but back when he did, or in the early '80s, they still did that.
Oh, yeah. My great-grandmother on my grandfather's side was Irish Catholic. And Like the priest refused to give her last rites until she renounced my grandfather, because my grandfather was from her second marriage.
Renounce him?
Basically had to claim that he was a bastard.
Well, it's fun. It's not a funny story, but it's a story. Whenever my dad was in ICU and we knew it was, he was about to go, these hospitals, they offer last rites, ask you what your religion is and whatever. So we told I think it was the Monsignor that worked at the hospital that arranges all this. And he's like, he wasn't Catholic. He wasn't a Monsignor. He was another faith. Anyway, he's like, what religion is your dad? We were like, well, he's Catholic, but he hasn't practiced in 30 something years because he got divorced. And he goes, well, I can make a couple of calls. He said, I can't guarantee anything because a lot of these priests, they won't do it for somebody who's not been practicing.
Yeah.
Now, they did find one though, and he did come and do it. So we were thankful for that, because I know my dad wanted that, but I thought that was weird.
What is considered practicing? That you attend church weekly or somewhat regularly?
Yeah, I think that's about right. Yeah, belong to a diocese somewhere.
I would think that any priest, if they're worth their while to give someone last rites, they should, without hesitation, they should do that.
Well, you would think so. I mean, if you're a man of God.
Yes. You're a man of God and someone's looking for last rites, you certainly would do that.
So much for you could be forgiven at any time.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
Well, we found one that did it. Now, we paid him too. We didn't have to pay him, but they told us it's customary to tip the priest, so we did.
I thought they took vows of poverty.
Did he give you a table dance too, Pete?
No. Yeah, they do take. I think they do take a vow of poverty, but it's not necessarily like living in squalor. It's just you're not allowed to be rich.
They do take a vow not to fuck nobody.
Yeah,
especially children.
Well, and the vast majority of them live by that. I mean, I don't think it's a majority of Catholic priests that are doing it. I always thought it was like most things in life. It's not the majority of citizens committing crime. It's that 1%.
Well, if you create a world where there's no sex with females allowed, you're going to attract certain type of people over time.
Yeah.
Well, but see, that's the thing. It's not even sex with no females. I mean, the whole point of it is no sex, period.
Yeah, well, not being able to get married, that kind of thing.
Which do you know where that comes from? That just seems bizarre to me. Obviously, I didn't grow up Catholic.
Oh, a lot of religions do. I mean, that's the same thing with monks. Monks aren't allowed to.
I mean, it's basically a thing with every religion on the planet. I mean, whether it's Hinduism,
I think the reasoning behind it
Islam
is like you have to devote yourself entirely to God and not any other living person. So you can't have children. You can't have a wife.
Can you jerk off?
I don't think you're supposed to. But I'm sure that happens a lot.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm sure they're glad for technology. It makes that a whole lot easier.
Yeah, I mean, you at least got to give them something. Jesus.
Yeah, I've never understood trying to fight human nature like that. That's always kind of perplexed me.
I mean, I'm not religious or anything, but even for me, jerking off in a church would feel really weird.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah, I think it would.
Come on, God, you hitting my elbows, man. Let me do this.
The Pope thing. Yeah, the popes over history have been some of the most corrupt people in the history of our world, modern civilization, anyway.
Well, isn't Catholicism the number one religion in the world, I think?
No,
Islam.
Yeah, Islam is. There's like 4 billion people that practice Islam or claim to. I don't even know what's next.
See, that's one that's kind of the opposite. Like they actually, what's the word I'm looking for? Encourage the imam to have sex with little boys.
Well, believe it or not, Christianity is the number one religion in the world. followed by Muslims.
I don't think that's true. Are you sure about that?
I'm looking at this survey. Yeah.
I mean, if you just look at the Muslim
Christianity,
countries,
Muslims. I mean, it's close. Okay. I mean, it's like 2,839,000,000, and then Muslims are 2,636,000,000, followed by Hindus, 1,347,000,000.
and all of them live in India.
Now, you would think Buddhism would be up there because there are just so many Asians in all these countries.
That's fifth.
That's kind of surprising, actually.
Yeah.
Well, Hinduism's third, though.
Yeah, Hinduism is
a ton of people in India, too.
Yeah, that's all of India. Yeah.
Yeah. This is as of 2023. This survey.
Yeah.
You know what? Pete? If you had to pick a religion, which one would you pick?
Probably Catholic, because I drink.
So the one that lets you drink still?
Yeah, and it also allows me to fuck up a little bit and still not go to hell.
Yeah, you just 3 Hail Marys and keep going.
Yeah, you don't have to be perfect.
And you're
I'm
never
not be Jewish, but I don't think you can eat pork when you're Jewish, right?
Yeah, I couldn't keep kosher. No, I can't.
Oh yeah, I
But
couldn't do
it's not
kosher.
just pork. Like, I think it's seafood, too.
Also,
Yeah.
like if you're Buddhist, doesn't that mean you can't even kill like an insect or something? They believe that everything has a soul, and
Oh yeah, like did you see I've heard some funny jokes about the Muslim terrorist versus the Buddhist terrorist. Like the Buddhist terrorist, I think that was in Thailand or Nepal. They just walked out on the street and set themselves on fire.
Well, remember the guy that did that in Vietnam,
yeah,
and that was a great picture. I mean, it was a horrible picture, but at the same time, it went across the world. This guy protesting the Vietnam War.
yeah. That's like the dumbest way to protest anything. Everyone just like for 2 or 3 days, everyone's like, that dumbass lit himself on fire, and then you forgot about. It does nothing.
I think it was a Buddhist, though. It's Buddhist monk.
Well, that's kind of the joke of the difference between Muslim terrorists and Buddhist terrorists. The Muslim terrorist asks the Buddhist terrorist, "What is he doing?" And the Buddhist terrorist lights himself on fire and says, "I'm making you deal with your own shit."
That's kind of philosophical there, Slim. I like that.
Is that really a terrorist, though, if you're not harming or making anyone else afraid?
Well, I mean, to Pete's point, though, that is a big tenet in Buddhism is, not to hurt anything that's alive.
Is that Buddhism or Hinduism, though?
That's Buddhism.
One of them believes in reincarnation.
They both believe in reincarnation.
Reincarnation.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why with Buddhism, that's one of the reasons that they say don't harm anything, because you might be reincarnated as a frog one day.
Yeah.
And if you go stomp on a frog or play frog baseball like Beavis and Butthead did, then you're committing murder.
Well, and that cow could be your uncle, out there.
Could be. Well, I mean, all Christians believe in reincarnation too. Jesus reincarnated.
No, that's not reincarnation.
No, that's not reincarnation.
In a new body.
Yeah. I mean, he just reincarnated as himself.
Well, resurrection is different than reincarnation.
Yeah. Reincarnation is like you're something different than you were originally.
No.
Yes.
Look up the definition of reincarnation.
Reincarnation means you come back as
different.
He's right. You come back as live a different life as a different person, or a different animal, or whatever the case is. But if I don't know about reincarnation, but if I was to be reincarnated, I want to be reincarnated as a hot woman.
Why?
Because
Okay.
I mean,
reincarnation is the belief that a person's soul is reborn into a new body after death.
Yeah.
It's also known as rebirth or transmigration.
The reason I want to be reincarnated as a hot woman is because it's like winning the lottery.
Man, fucking reincarnate me as a cow or something, man. I'm
cow?
with the Hindus on that one. Yeah, because then I ain't got to deal with all this bullshit.
Yeah, but then you walk around for a few years eating grass, and then they put a bolt in your head, and before you know it, you're on my plate.
I didn't say a cow here.
No, a cow in India.
Yeah, I'll be a cow in India. They'll worship me forever.
Yeah.
Pete, did you just say you want to be a woman?
Yeah, a hot woman.
So Pete's trans.
No. I would be a hot...
Pete just sees how the world is and sees there's some advantages there.
Yeah, it's like a lottery ticket.
So what would you do as a woman?
Nothing.
Especially if you're a hot woman, you wouldn't have to do anything.
That's what I'm saying.
Pete would want to be, basically, Pete would want to be reincarnated as Bill Belichick's girlfriend.
No, fuck that.
Pete would be on OnlyFans is what he would be.
There you go.
Making millions.
By the way, everybody subscribe to my wife's Feet Finder until she finds out about it.
What if I told you I was already subscribed?
Oh, I know you are. I know everybody that's subscribed.
This is a funny story. And I don't know if this person listens to this show or not because she knows I have it, but one of my son's friends comes over and spends the night every, once a month or whatever, and they hang out. When I was in Vegas, his mom came over with him and hung out with Mrs. Peete for a couple of hours, and they sat there and drank wine and did girl talk or whatever. And she divulged to Mrs. Peete that she has an OnlyFans page.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not really surprising, especially a suburban mom. Like,
yeah,
she's probably living that pineapple lifestyle, and you just don't know it.
Probably so. Yeah.
Well, you believe that there's a pretty damn big swinging community around your area.
Yeah,
right?
there's a Facebook page in my neighborhood for swingers.
Man.
Yeah, they have these parties and whatnot. But we've been my wife was at the pool one day. She's friends with another woman that has in a different neighborhood in here. They have a pool, so she's like, "Hey, come to the pool with us." And these women walked over and basically tried to recruit them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You better watch out.
A pineapple
you
party.
Competition.
Fuck that.
To swing, you have to let someone else railroad your wife, right?
I don't know the rules of it.
You would be railroading somebody else as well.
I don't know the rules of it. I think there's different rules, but I'm not.
Actually, I think there are no rules. It's basically a free for all.
I don't know.
I can't get over the first part of that. I think I'd be okay with that.
As big as ours.
Yeah.
It takes a special kind of person. Like I've known people personally.
Sure.
That were into that lifestyle, and I've never heard of a marriage that lasts long term.
Yeah, because eventually you're going to draw the bigger dick, and you're never going to recover from that.
Yeah, I don't think that's a healthy thing for a relationship. But I had an idea. If I were single and not married, not attached to anybody, and you just want to fuck, just find a girlfriend, not your girlfriend, but a girl who's a friend of yours who's also single, and y'all just go to swinger parties together. That way, you don't care if she's getting railroaded or not, because she's not your girlfriend. Yeah,
that's not bad.
That's a good idea. I'm a genius.
Pretty foolproof.
Now, see, I've given my wife an out. I told her she's free and clear to sleep with all the women she wants to. I don't care.
Yeah,
it's pretty gracious, dude.
That's very
I am. I'm a kind person.
He's a giver.
What about trans women?
Oh no,
those aren't women.
We're talking about the modern woman, the one with the dick and balls.
No, I'm talking an actual woman.
I'm talking about, yes.
Trans woman.
Well, it's 2025, man. I had to ask,
It's a valid question these days. Pete wants to come back as a hot woman to get nailed. No, that has nothing to do with it.
But you could if you wanted.
Well, first of all, if I was a woman, I'm sure I would enjoy getting nailed. I'm not a woman now, so getting nailed doesn't sound so great, but...
Yeah, so you're open to it.
Sure, if I'm a woman, why not?
Yeah.
When in Rome.
When in Rome, that's right.
Get fucked, yeah.
Yeah, and Pete wouldn't care. Like I said, it could be Bill Belichick, Jack Nicholson, whatever. As long as he's living the good life.
I mean, if I came back tomorrow and I woke up in a woman's body, I'd probably spend the first like 8 hours playing with my own boobs. Fuck it. You know?
I would definitely play with my
Now, see, I'm with you there. You're probably like, the first day, I wouldn't get a fucking thing done other than myself.
God.
other than
How the hell did this conversation turn to this? That's why I wonder.
Because I'm on the show and this is how it
Hey, dude, it's the Midday show. This is hardly the worst conversation we've ever gotten into.
Yeah,
No, it's not, but it's just like, wow.
Well, how we got into this was we were talking about reincarnation. I mean,
Yeah.
wouldn't you rather
This
come
is
back as
where
a?
reincarnation always goes.
I mean, you'd rather come back as a hot girl than a cockroach. You know, or a fucking tick.
Yeah, it would suck.
Yeah, going back as a goldfish would suck.
Why a goldfish?
Because
short lifespan for one.
well, even beyond short lifespan, like their memory is only 30 seconds. So the only thing they remember of life is dying.
How do we know how long their memory is?
I don't know. Ask Rick Talk. He's the scientist here.
I don't know. I guess you hold up two fingers and I don't know how you verify what they know. My expertise is not in fucking goldfish memory, though.
I mean, I'm sure it's just an estimate based off like the size of their brain or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I know you can check self-awareness by like drawing a dot on an animal's head, and if they look in a mirror and try to.
Well, according to what I'm just reading here, goldfish have shown impressive cognitive abilities, including long-term memory, the ability to form relationships, and the ability to navigate their surroundings.
I'm such an idiot.
No, my information on that's just old. My information comes from an episode of some fucking show in the early 2000s.
Turns out goldfish are smarter than Slim.
You probably got that from Bill Nye, the non-science guy. That's where you got that from.
Oh, no. I left Bill Nye in elementary school in the 90s.
Bill's great. What are you talking about?
Well, he's not a scientist, but
No, he's a mechanical engineer. I think.
yeah.
Yeah, he's got a bachelor's in mechanical engineering from like Cornell or something.
Yeah.
We had a goldfish for a while. We called him Sid Goldfish, attorney at law, nautical law only. And they even got him a little office, no tiny office, sat right behind his boat.
I've never been able to keep a goldfish alive for more than 2 days.
Well, you can't keep a fucking plant alive, so I'm not surprised. I mean, I'm a little surprised that cat's still alive.
Yeah, she's doing fine.
What's the name of your cat?
Crucito el gato.
What is Crucito?
Cruz.
Oh, the cat Cruise? Cruise of the cat?
Like Tom Cruise. Cruise.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
I've been outwitted by Pete's Spanish today.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know if Crucito means cruise in Spanish, but it just sounded good.
Hey, but you said it confidently, and I believed you.
Yeah, she's Crucito. I just call her El Gato.
El Gato.
Yeah, the cat.
Yeah.
What are the plans for the cruise? Because I know we usually do events, but you're going to be pretty limited. Now, I haven't listened to any of your shows, so if you've gone over this, I apologize.
We talked about it on the Lunch Money show on Monday night. The first night we're there, we're going to do the draft. So it's me and Lou are team captains. It's Team Lou and Team Pete. And we're going to do a draft and draft our team members. It's going to be a team competition and not an individual contest.
So who are you going to draft first, and why is it going to be me?
Well, I don't know. We don't know who drafts first yet. Me and him have to do a competition against each other to see who gets the first pick. So I think we're going to play horse or something. There's a basketball goal on the ship to determine that.
And they're actually doing this the smart way, too. Like, whoever gets the second pick in the first round gets the first pick in the second round.
It's a snake draft. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then once we get the teams picked, it's going to be only 3 events. It's going to be rock, paper, scissors is one event. And we're trying to figure out the other two. One's going to be a physical event. One's going to be a mental event. We talked about there's a track on the ship, like a running track around the top of it, where people can jog. So we threw around the idea of a relay race since it's a team event.
Can you imagine that? All these people watching us.
Yeah. So we each pick like 3 people from each team to do the relay race, and then now
and incentivizes you to get some smart people on your team, some physically fit people on your team, because not everybody's going to do every event.
Now,
obviously.
we might throw a wrinkle into the relay race if we're able to do it. Lou might buy some clown shoes,
Oh wow!
and the runners have to run in clown shoes.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
So we'll see how that goes.
Whatever I can do to help make that happen, I just want to say I will do.
Maybe even the red nose and the wig and all. You're saying like a full clown outfit.
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
If we have a Florida State fan on this cruise, are they going to be mandated to wear that outfit?
No, they've worn it all year.
Well, yeah.
Guys, I got to go. I'm sorry.
All right. See you later, Scott.
He's got.
So anyway, the idea is we're doing 3 events. We don't want it to take all day like we normally do because we're on a cruise. So
Yeah, we want to enjoy it.
yeah, we want to, like an hour and a half maybe at the most, get it over with, and best whoever wins 2 out of the 3 events is the winner. So.
Okay. Well, we should get through it quicker because we have less people than we otherwise would, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not doing long. I mean, I don't know. Rock, paper, scissors doesn't take that long, especially with that few people. The relay race can't take more than, 5 minutes? Or whatever, 10 minutes. So it won't take long.
We could do like a man overboard event, and then like each team tries to throw someone from the other team overboard, and like whoever's left wins.
Now, I'm all for that. And by the way, if that becomes an event, I'm already claiming the MVP title for that event.
Good luck getting Nate over the edge.
I don't think any of you fucks can get me over.
Who's going to get Nate over?
Nate is not the most graceful person.
No.
Nate might fall over on his own.
Just tell him there's a hot girl down there in the water.
Oh, he'll jump in on his own, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to throw him over.
Yeah, throw a bra in there and be like, look at that bra. Outside of that, we don't really have any plans. I mean, we have the one day in Nassau, but we haven't really decided what we're going to do. I mean, everybody's free to do what they want to do. I mean, but I'm sure there's going to be a group of people that goes to one particular spot.
Right.
As long as there's a beach, water, and a bar involved, I'm down with it.
That's kind of where my head's at.
Yeah.
I don't want to be stuck on a tour bus all day or some boat with a bunch of 9-year-olds snorkeling.
Yeah, I'm not bringing my kids for a reason. I don't want to be around somebody else's.
Yeah, a beach, a bar, and then maybe if they have like some jet skis for rent, that would be fun.
Man, am I an asshole for saying that right in front of the kids?
No. No, you're not.
Okay.
I do like.
I mean, it wouldn't have mattered if I was. I stand by what I say.
All right. Well, I'm caught up now. Appreciate it.
I think you are. We do have a cocktail party one night. I don't know which night it is. We get a free cocktail hour, so all you can drink within 60 minutes, I guess.
That'll be
Challenge
fun.
accepted.
Yeah.
And for those who don't drink, just come anyway, just to hang out, like you.
Yeah, for sure. Like me and Sea-Dog will be there. I think that should be its own event. Just, hey, whoever can drink the most of these cocktails gets a... No, you get a point per cocktail you drink.
That's a terrible idea.
That's a great idea.
No, I'm with Rick. That's a great idea, and I am willing to sacrifice at least 2/3 of my liver for that event. I need the last third.
We're also planning on probably there's a karaoke bar there on the ship. So I'm sure we'll all do karaoke one night, at least one night.
Oh, yeah.
There's also a casino, but I'm going to try to stay out of there as much as I'm going to go in there, but I'm not going to spend my whole time in that fucking casino.
Well, here's the problem with that, though. Like, some people, and I think the ship does this intentionally. One of, if not the only indoor smoking area is the casino.
I don't care about that because I don't smoke. But
well, a lot of people do, though.
We also, apparently they have a pickleball court, or courts. I don't know if they have more than one, but they at least have one. Get a little team competition going on, a little 2-on-2 action with the pickleball.
I've never played pickleball.
I haven't either, but I don't think it's hard. Nick, all you got to do to play blackjack is be able to count to 21. Can you do that? If you can do that, you can play.
He doesn't have that many fingers and toes.
40 years.
Yes, we will provide better entertainment for the passengers than what's on board. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, that poor comedian. We're going to take all of his business.
All right, hold on to your hats. This won't last long, I promise. This is like a Band-Aid. You got to pull it off, okay?
Oh, shit.
Hello, sir.
Oh, my Lord, Pete. What in the hell is going on?
Just doing a show. What are you doing, buddy?
I just got out of the damn dentist's office.
I can tell.
Yeah, I had to go to the dentist's office because my retainer, one of my wires in my retainer fell off, so I had to get it cut off.
Oh. So you're all fixed up now.
I'm more fixed up than Darth Vader, I'll tell you that.
All right.
Nice.
What were you going to say, Pete?
I saw you posted a video. I don't know. Was that yesterday or today? I think it was yesterday.
It was yesterday.
Yeah. And in your video, you said that the only teams that have a chance to make the playoffs from the ACC are Miami, SMU, and I think Georgia Tech.
I said Pitt, not Georgia Tech.
Pitt, yeah, which makes even less sense. But okay.
All right.
But
You're the one who didn't listen clear, you moron.
Okay, whatever. I did listen to the part where you said that Clemson is a mess, that they're not making the playoffs.
They're a circus. It's a circus net down there. Again, I told people for the last year, it's a circus down there.
But you said that last year, too.
Caden, I hate to break it to you, they may have either the best or one of the best offenses in the country this year.
Slim, with all due respect, my buddy, I like you and I respect you, but I'm just going to say this. Clemson ain't going to do it. They ain't going to do it. Coach Sweetie is going to need a coaching staff overhaul just to try to get into the playoffs, especially that if Georgia's in there again.
Okay.
Didn't they make it last year? In the playoffs last year?
Yeah,
Oh,
they did.
don't tell me. Every time I heard that Dabo Sweetie was doing an overhaul on staff, I swear to you, I was laughing my butt off when drinking a cold Mountain Dew.
Well, he didn't do an overhaul on the staff. He replaced his defensive coordinator and hired some analysts.
Hell, in my opinion, they should just fire the staff and then rehire some new people. That's what I think.
Yeah.
So you're making fun of them for doing an overhaul, but you want them to do an overhaul.
Right.
Because it's hilarious, and in my opinion, it's just hilarious. Because then I'm just laughing at them more because I'm like, well, they just proved my point once again.
You know who did actually do a total rehaul of their staff is Ohio State.
Hey, we did it for a good reason.
Yeah, because they left.
They all left.
It's just that I've suggested it 1,000 times to them that they hired Matt Patricia because I felt like, in my opinion, with his defensive mind for helping the New England Patriots win a couple Super Bowls, hell, he could help us win for maybe 2 or 3 national championships. And our defense would actually be able to hold our opponents down more and blow them out of the building.
Are you taking credit for them hiring Matt Patricia?
I'm not taking any credit. Let me just be clear about that. I was the one that suggested the idea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he suggested it to Ryan Day when they were both on the squat machine in the.
So when you just
Gym in
get proven
Columbus.
wrong, you just move on to the next thing. So
Yeah.
having other people paying your staff more money is the right way to lose staff?
Well, with what they wanted to do with staff, and I forget your name, the one that I can't remember this guy's name that I'm talking
Rec
to.
Talk. You're going to remember it after this show. Go ahead.
It's Rec Talk.
Rec Talk, right? Rec Talk. Man, I missed you, Rec Talk. Where the hell you been?
See, that's what he does. He can't answer the question, so he deflects.
But no, it's that Ohio State with what I've seen from my Buckeyes recently is that, you know, Jim Knowles has done an amazing job with us, but it's just we needed that more. We need to give our defense a little bit more of a boost, honestly. We needed more of that more aggressive defensive style, especially for our defense when we go into like those games. If we want to end a game early, we can end a game early. If we want to give them a little bit of something, like if we want to allow them to score maybe a touchdown and a field goal, that's fine. But if we just want to end the game straight up early, that's where we wanted to be. Like say we want to end Clemson early, we end them early. And guess what? They're blowing out by 42 points in a game. By us.
What does that
Really?
have to do with defense?
I thought Clemson lost to Texas, not Ohio State.
They did.
I know, but I'm just saying in the case scenario that if we do play Clemson, Slim.
We're to those hypothetical what if games where everybody's undefeated. Okay.
Not specifically, Slim. I'm saying more wise, like with Matt Patricia, I feel like we're gonna have those like end early games. Like we're gonna end our opponent right there, second half, and we'll have them done by then. Third quarter, it's just done.
You know what's not hypothetical? The fact that Clemson's owned Ohio State since the beginning of time. That's not hypothetical at all. It's a fact.
That isn't hypothetical. You are correct.
That may not be hypothetical, Pete, but let me just tell you this: the downfall of Clemson has just begun, and it will continue. And I guarantee that.
Okay.
You can hate me for it. You can middle finger me all you want. You can talk behind my back. I don't care. I literally don't give an absolute crap that you middle finger me. And I bet you're probably middle fingering me at this point because you hate my guts so much. But I will tell you this. Clemson's downfall isn't my fault. It's Dabo Swinney and their staff's fault that they're going to be down on a downfall, on a serious downfall.
Well, Las Vegas disagrees with you.
You can disagree with me all you
No,
want.
I said
and you
Las
can call
Vegas
me an
does.
Idiot, moron, retarded, stupid. Might call that stupid, retarded, dumb. You could call me stupid as F. I don't care.
Well, considering they hadn't made the playoffs in like 3 or 4 years, and they did make the playoffs, that kind of says to me that they're heading in the opposite direction of your prediction.
Before he made a bunch of major changes that appear to be good, like with NIL and other things.
Yeah. He's not paying attention to that, though.
Well, I mean, NIL is beyond Dabo's control, so I can't really. That's Clemson's NIL
Well, more
program.
so the portal then, like
Now portal, absolutely.
Yeah. So he made the playoffs without using the portal, which is like a handicap, which you would think is commendable for what they did last year.
Yeah.
But you never know, because there could be teams.
Yeah.
I guess we'll never know.
I don't know, but in that same video, he was, praising the Big 12, saying, Iowa State, that's a sleeping giant, West Virginia, like all these Big 12 teams, BYU. And then he's like, but Clemson is on, they're on the downfall. I'm like,
Awful.
what?
Well, yeah, like last time he came on here, he was saying West Virginia's winning the Big 12 because Rich Rod came back.
Yeah.
And let me just clarify from that episode Sunday night, Pete. And let me just say this to you. That when I made that video, and I wanted to say this, and you're going to hear the early pre.
Uh-oh. It was just getting good.
Yeah. Let me tell you.
Not only.
Yeah, well, even his phone connection doesn't believe the horse shit that he's saying.
Now, let me just say this, Slim. You never know who could show up in the college football playoffs. You never know. And hell,
actually, I do know.
Clemson.
Actually, I do know. There's going to be about 12 teams show up. I know that for a fact.
Well, I'm saying specifically any team in the Big 12, what if they show up and then they play Clemson, and guess what? Clemson loses the first or second or third round.
Yeah.
What if a pig flies out of my ass?
Yeah. What's with the what ifs? What are the chances of that happening?
Why the F did we lose to a school that doesn't really have no
Oh, God. Well, I mean, if you want to talk about what ifs, I mean, the Big 12, to his point, the Big 12 kind of got screwed because that was a bad no call in that Texas-Arizona State game.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. It's just weird in his video. He was like, he was really, really high on the Big 12. Like, unusually high on the Big 12. And he was naming a bunch of teams like Iowa State and West Virginia and BYU and who else did you say?
West Virginia. I mean, if I'm thinking of like teams I would consider good in the Big 12, BYU, and then I'm struggling kind of probably Colorado for what they were last year.
Utah.
This year. Utah was down last year though, weren't they?
Well,
Yeah,
it was
they
another
were.
year. It was another year. I wouldn't call it Utah down. I would call it another year of Cam Rising being hurt. And you could see that, like, their defense was fine, but their offense struggled.
But like I said, you know, let me recall two Big 12 teams that have made it to the playoffs that either won or lost. Cincinnati in 21 and then TCU in 22.
Cincinnati wasn't in the Big 12 in 21.
Yeah, that was another one he said might make the playoffs, Cincinnati.
I'm just saying in particular, I'm just saying, okay?
Well,
And
Luke
TCU
Fickell isn't
is
there
also
anymore. Luke Fickell's at Wisconsin now.
I'm just saying, you never know whether a Big 12 team shows up into the playoffs, blows somebody like Michigan, Clemson, Alabama, somebody like that out of the building, and people are going to be shocked if they do. Because guaranteed, and I'll say this, I guarantee Clemson will be favored by like maybe 7.5, a touchdown or two favorite over a Big 12 team. And say BYU or Iowa State beats Clemson, and everybody's like, well, what the heck just happened? So you never know.
Yeah. So what if Ohio State makes it the playoffs and they draw Georgia Tech round one and they beat them 223-0?
Yeah, what about that?
What about that? You didn't talk about that.
Hey, listen, Rag Talk. I'll give you credit if they do.
Right?
I'd be surprised that I give Georgia Tech credit. I'm gonna be honest with you, Rag Talk.
Top ACC teams.
Hey, I told Slim, if Miami makes it to the playoffs and we gotta face them, if they beat us, I'd at least praise them for it.
Battle Angel makes a good point. But you might ought to go back to the dentist and tell him he forgot to wire your mouth shut.
Hey, Pete, I'm just going to tell you this. I don't even need to wire my mouth shut because it's a good mouth, and it saved my rear end about 1,000 times.
You got a good mouth?
Oh, of course. I mean, come on.
Damn.
Listen, Pete, I may not be married and not have a girlfriend, but I'll tell you what. At least I still know how to kick butt, raise heck, and have a couple Mountain Dews afterwards. And heck, I still know how to watch my Ohio State Buckeyes after 6 months.
Yeah.
Kick
No,
butt,
just
raise
so you know.
heck, and have a couple of Mountain Dews. All right.
What? Beer's for losers.
Yeah.
Beer is for losers. Liquor's for losers.
That? Like, I
Tequila's
don't drink,
for losers. Come on.
Hey, you better watch it, Caden. You're on my good side, but you're pushing it.
I'm just sorry, Pete. I'm sorry, Slim, but I'm not much of a drinker myself.
Okay, well, don't say I'm a loser because I do.
Well, I would
I mean,
I would
Go ahead.
suggest that somebody like Caden does not drink. So
Yeah, that's true.
that's probably a
Well,
good thing.
that's
I'm trying to
doctor's
keep
orders.
I'm trying to keep the physique in case if I get a girlfriend, but it's probably a long way away. But I don't mind. I don't mind waiting, just like I don't mind waiting for college football to come back around
Well,
so I can watch my Buckeyes win 13 games.
Well, hey, Caden, if you need some tips on that, might I suggest the Sports Live and the ATL channel?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do what?
Relationship advice from Sleeta.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What's the channel called, Slim?
Sports Live and the ATL.
That's not what it's called anymore.
Oh, what's it called? I'm sorry, I didn't know he changed it.
ATL.
It's like a paragraph long. It's sports.
Wait, so it's called
It's sports, fitness, and motivation channel with Sleeta or something like that.
Just search Sleeta on YouTube and you'll find
Yeah,
it.
SLITA.
Yeah. I started
Salida?
listening to him,
Yeah.
and like, my
Salida.
life is infinitely better because of it.
Hey, could you throw the link down and could
No.
you throw their channel link down so I could subscribe to there if someone can?
Hey, you can do that for him, right? Like, it's going to help him out.
Hold on.
Honestly, Rec Talk, Pete doesn't want me to make his channel a nightmare because I've already been his nightmare for the last 7 months. So
Yes.
he doesn't want any more nightmares.
You're correct. Yeah.
Caden, I've spent the last 7 years making my own channel a nightmare. I don't need your help, okay?
No, I was just saying I'm making your channel even more of a nightmare and a living hell because I'm the only Ohio State fan on here with the balls to actually make your channel and this channel a living hell and a nightmare for you.
Well,
Because I
I'll
always
actually
think you're a disaster.
give you this much credit, Caden. You're about the only Ohio State fan that sticks around after you take an L.
Well, at least
The
I
rest of them
can tell
disappear.
Pete his glasses make him look like an idiot.
All right, I just dropped.
You, Pete.
I just. Caden, listen to me. Stop cackling for 2 seconds. Fucking Kamala Harris over here. I dropped the link in the private chat for you.
All right. I was
Yeah.
just laughing because it's the same laugh I used in my homemade horror movies, which, by the way, I won't share because
Hold on.
if I let Pete watch them,
You made
he
a
would
horror
be.
movie?
You.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You got upload those to your channel.
Yeah. What are you
yesterday.
doing? Why are you not uploading those?
There's a bit of a hazard warning with them.
So.
Hazard.
Well, Pete, if you were to let your kids see this movie, yeah, you would be sorry.
Well, I won't let my kids see it.
I'm just saying they might.
Are they
But I'm
snuff?
keeping them
Are you doing snuff?
unrestricted.
Are you doing
Do
snuff?
what, Pete?
Are you doing snuff films in your house?
No, they're horror movies, but I just have a lot of precaution warnings with them.
We need to see that immediately.
Yeah, trigger warnings.
No, it's just a lot of, if I said it on YouTube, I get demoted.
You get demoted?
Well, YouTube would be sticking
Demonetized?
warnings up my rear end.
You're looking out for Pete. You'd get Pete demonetized, is what you're saying.
I don't care. This channel's not monetized anyway. But I can tell you this, Caden. Whatever your homemade horror movies are probably 10 times more entertaining than whatever you're putting on YouTube now.
Just warning you, Pete, there is a lot of blood and screaming in my movies.
I tell you what, send me your Venmo. I'll give you $50 if you upload this.
Damn. $50.
You're gonna have to. They're worth a lot more money, and I'm keeping them in a safe, so nobody ever watches them except for
Oh,
myself.
these movies are like your girlfriend.
Oh, yeah. But that's the kind, when after the triple homicide, they go in a safe and find all these snuff films in a safe. That's what it is.
You don't want to
No,
self-promote, yeah.
hear me out, Pete. The only reason I have been a safe is because I've let a couple friends of mine watch them, and I'm telling you what, They literally told me to send them back because they said it was too horrifying and too frightening.
What do you
Yeah.
mean send them back? You send them VHS tapes or something?
No, they sent. I gave them discs with the movies on them.
Hey, that shit's on an 8mm reel.
Oh my God. You put them on disc? So you've got.
Okay, I'm just gonna ask you this question, Pete.
Yeah.
Just so you know, just how horrifying and just terrifying. it is.
I'm terrified right now already. Go ahead.
Have you ever seen the movie called See No Evil?
I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe.
See No Evil, starring Jacob Goodnight, who's also WWE superstar Kane.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and say no. I haven't seen that. Why?
Rec Talk or Slim, have you ever seen it?
No, but I know who Kane is. He's a mayor in
Okay.
some Tennessee city right now.
Okay, I'm gonna say this.
He's the mayor in
I
Knox
done?
County, Rick.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Just so you know, Pete, See No Evil times like 15 on screaming, scares, and a whole lot more.
Well, I don't believe you until I see it. I
That's why
think
I'm not
you're
releasing them
lying.
to anybody because they are that terrifying. They are that scary, and they are that horrifying.
But I think you're lying. Prove it to us that you're not lying.
I'm starting to believe you because you hear what he told you, Pete. That movie that you don't know what it is, it's way scarier than that. Way.
Does anybody else find it disturbing that he has discs in a safe where he basically films himself fantasizing about murdering people?
I think that's normal.
Is that
I
normal?
mean, I was gonna let that go, but and it never got brought up
Let me
ever
just say
again.
this. The only reason I did them was because, for me, the only reason this is not a fantasy. This is out of my mind because I'm pretty well I'm a genius, just so you know.
Oh.
Well, if it's not a
And
fantasy,
and
it's
this
a
is no
reality.
fantasy.
Hang on,
This is
Caden.
no-
If it's not a fantasy, it's reality, and that means you've committed a felony.
Well, I haven't committed a felony ever. I'm just saying that these movies don't involve any women.
Yeah, I think we
But
knew that.
So
Nobody is surprised by that.
so they're gay snuff films.
Yeah.
No.
Hell yeah.
What do you guys think the chances are that he kills a mythical person called Peete in his movie?
There's actually no one named Pete in my movie.
All right, I'm just making sure.
Who else is involved with this? Like, do you have actors?
Yeah,
that you
what's the
hire?
do you have a production crew?
Well, nobody's accredited because they're all in furry costume.
The thing is, the friend who filmed my movie is a local movie producer, but he is away right now at Army boot camp. Don't know where exactly, but he's the one that helped me film and produce the movie with paid said actors.
This is getting better.
With paid
He
actors.
dies under mysterious circumstances. I think we get all the answers
Quote
we need.
unquote at boot camp that no one knows where it is, right?
Like the last time I heard from the guy was maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah, this is making
Yeah, it don't take 2 years to go through boot camp, son.
this is a hell of a boot camp he went to.
So
Listen, it's U.S. Army, so if they have their requirements, they have their requirements. I'm not going to disagree with her.
take me through the creative process here. You come up with the idea. You said it came from your own brain. So you're like, I got this idea for this horror movie. Then what? Do you write down a script, or what do you do?
So I had a friend of mine, the same person that produced all my movies. He helped me draw up my ideas, and he helped create every single, like, the setting, the ideas, like, everything that goes into a movie, he helped me with everything. And he didn't charge me one single cent for it.
So did you write it? Who wrote it?
I'm the one who originally wrote it, and then he modified it.
Okay.
But you said he's
Well,
a
I'm not
local
dang talented.
producer. He's a local producer, but he went to boot camp. So was Is that why you had to get involved? Because obviously what was doing on his own wasn't working.
Well, his career as a producer didn't work out, so he joined the military instead.
Well, yeah, he helped produce this fantastic movie that never got released, so he had to make other plans.
Yeah, how are we supposed to like be critical? And it might be the best movie ever. And we can get this thing off the ground. You might be rich one day, but if nobody sees it, then it basically doesn't exist except inside your safe.
Yeah, if you don't put it out there, then we can't go Stephen who? You can't replace Stephen King as the horror king.
And I'm not trying to replace Stephen King as the horror king. Like, hell no.
Yeah, your double speak is good.
Hey, at least I respect Stephen King more. Just saying.
Can you at least give us the plot of it?
Yeah.
What?
Well, he did. It's basically the same as the plot of that movie you haven't seen.
Now You See Me, that magic.
Only 15 times worse.
How often does he go into that? How often does he go into that safe and pull him out and watch him like by himself? You think like once a week, once a month, every day?
Oh God, I hope not every day.
Actually, once a month, honestly.
As long as you can go, huh?
Oh my
But I'm just
God.
gonna say it is. I'm just gonna say this: it's not safe for kids. Just
Well,
saying.
we're not kids, though. Why can't you tell us more details? Like I'm a grown man, and so is Pete and Slim.
Well, I hear a couple of them running around someone's background, but
Well,
I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Well, yes, but I have on Ice Age. I don't have my kids watching fucking horror movies.
and he's got earbuds in, so they can't hear it anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to be sure, Slim. So,
How do you go about recruiting actors and actresses for your films? Do you just like, do you put out an ad somewhere, or do you just, call up Brenda from church and say, hey, can we fake kill you on film? And she's like, sure. How's that go?
so the person that helped me make my movies, and this was a couple of years ago before he left, and he actually found everybody that was willing to do it.
Now, was this
So-
like an Alec Baldwin situation where somebody actually did get killed on set? It wasn't for fake; it was for real.
They were it was fake, all right. It was all paid actors.
I mean, listen, dude, accidents happen. We get it.
This is a great question here. Just to make sure, do you check these people's ID? Is there anybody underage in these films? Is what I'm asking. No?
How do you know, though?
Nope.
Because that is a good question. Like, you're very concerned with harming children in any way. Do you check
Well,
their
it's
IDs?
psychologically hurting them.
That's all I'm asking.
It's psychologically hurting them, not physically hurting them.
Oh, you psychologically hurt these underage people in your film.
Rec talk. I'm saying my movie is a psychological thriller, and I'm telling you, it is like I'm telling you. If you've seen it, okay, I'm gonna tell you three to go watch See No Evil just to get an idea.
No, I'm not. I don't want to watch that.
Enemy of the State was a psychological thriller, not a horror movie.
Yeah. But
I'm just saying, go watch See No Evil.
I don't want to watch that. I want to watch your Caden. I'll be the movie critic. I'll be like, who's this? The Siskel and Ebert. Which one's the skinny one? I'll be that guy.
I mean, why would I want to watch a straight to DVD movie with that's starring the mayor of Knox County?
I was about to tell him to email me a link, but he's got it on disc. I can't watch it on a disc.
Well, I have a P.O. box. Look, we both have channels. He'll be the skinny critic. I'll be the fat one. And we'll do a whole thing on this.
Yeah.
We'll do a review. And even if I don't like it, I'll promote it for you. But I'm going to like it. Like, it sounds like you've got me hooked, man. I'm hooked. I got to see this thing.
Well, here's the problem I see. To your point on him not wanting to harm children, I'm not sure if you want to be in possession of this film.
And that's why I'm going to destroy them. That's why I'm planning on either destroying them.
Oh my God, destroy! Is there something illegal on there?
See, that's what I said. And see, this, we're coming full circle. I asked this 20 minutes ago about a felony being involved.
Well,
they're gonna
there's
get-
no felonies, so why the need to destroy them if there's nothing wrong with them?
Well, because I've literally, like, I've let people see the movies, and yeah.
That's like the
He said it's so scary that it may cause death. It's so scary.
Not death, but just Slim. I would leave it at that. I would just leave it with that, because if you just take my word for it,
I don't want to take your word for it. I want to see it.
Why'd you even bring it up?
well,
Yeah.
Brought it up.
but
This
here's
is-
the thing, Pete. If you want to see my movie, it's going to cost you a lot of money.
This is your
Name a
This is
price.
your masterpiece. You should want people to see it.
Yeah, what's the
I'm
point in
gonna
Da
tell you
Vinci
something.
painting the Mona Lisa if he never released it to the public?
Well, I'm going to tell you, Pete. If you want it, it's going to be a lot of money between you and Rec Talk.
Well, Rec
the
Talk said he would
price?
give you $50. That's
$50.
Caden.
Between the two of you.
That's $50 more than anybody else on the planet is offering you to see this movie. So, I mean,
Point.
Well, here's the thing, Pete. I'm going to tell you my list price, and I'll see what you and Rec Talk both.
all right, what's your price?
$252.
$252.
What?
Just at $220.
That's oddly specific.
Yeah, what is it that you want to buy that costs $252? Clearly, there's something.
Well, I'm just charging that much because that's how much I put a lot of time into these things.
Yeah.
And it's
Well,
a series, too. See the Evil 1, 2, 3, 4, and Baby Brother's Nightmare.
So hold on. There's 5 movies?
Mm-hmm.
Well, not his, but See No Evil.
Oh, so 4. You got 4 movies.
Well, the fifth one was my last creation.
So there's 5 total movies.
Mm-hmm.
And what is the runtime of these?
Yeah.
on average?
Both, I know all of them are an hour and 60 minutes long.
An hour? What?
So
An hour
2
and
hours?
6? So 2 hours?
Yep.
You have 10 hours of movies.
You've got 10 hours of snuff? I don't think I have 10 hours to watch it.
$250 might be a deal for 10 hours of film.
And Scott thought we went too far with the conversation an hour and a half ago.
And both movies are rated triple R.
Whoa.
Oh, Jesus.
Both of them. You said there's 5.
Well,
Triple R to
my-
triple X.
I've got the fifth movie rated double R, but the whole series, See the Evil 1, 2, 3, and 4, are all rated triple R.
So
for
what's-
how much blood and scaring I do.
Okay.
Well, I mean, Pete and I will have to talk about that. I'll probably have to call Pete off the air, because this is a sizable investment you're asking from him.
Yeah,
I
$252.
got 20 on it.
All right, so
So
I have
listen, if
7.
you boys want to spend your money on drinking and lottery, that's fine. I don't mind.
But you'd have to send us this before.
I think for $252, you'd have to sign the rights over to us so that we would own it. So if it blew up and, it got picked up by a major movie studio, we could sell it to them for, millions of dollars.
Yeah, for $252, we could probably do that if you give us the rights to it.
That means we could.
I'll let you know on the next episode of this show about my answer for that. How about
Oh,
that?
there's none. It's here. We're at the negotiating table now, and we'll never talk about this again.
Yeah, you got to sign over. You got to give us the original copies and sign the rights over to us, so you have no more monetary value for your snuff films. We own them. Rec and Peete Productions.
Now,
LLC.
can we have a clause in this contract that if any prosecution can be made, that we can't be prosecuted?
Well, of course. I mean,
Yeah, we have to put a clause in the contract that says if anything illegal happens in the video, that we release our rights back to him, and he has to pay us back $253 for our time in trouble.
Plus interest.
Yeah.
You know someone that could draw this contract up for us. Like I
do.
This is making a lot of sense. All right, is that a deal, Caden?
I don't know why I even brought it up if he didn't want to,
Yeah,
That's my thing with it. Why bring it up if you don't want to show anybody?
Won't even tell us the plot of it.
I think it's kind of like the serial killer that wants to get caught kind of thing.
Yeah, something doesn't seem right. The fact that he it's not digital because he doesn't want a digital footprint, and he's locked it in his safe.
What is digital?
And he only watches it alone once a month. And now he's talking about maybe burning them. There's a lot of red flags here. A lot of red flags. That's all I'm saying.
This is a real life story of a guy that was a wannabe film producer that killed people in his basement. Like, this has happened in real life before.
Yeah.
I will just say that, Rec Talk, it's not that scenario. I'll just be clear about that.
Okay, good. You're innocent then.
They were all paid actors, and it was all special effects and
Sure.
special effects.
Sure.
Well, who
Yeah,
did the special effects?
he still hasn't said that it's not a snuff film. Like, he's just avoided answering that question.
Yeah, I don't know what triple R is, but that sounds like snuff.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
I just have it rated as a triple R just for the measure. But, Pete, unfortunately, you and Rec Talk will not be receiving the movie copies, unfortunately.
Well, I'm heartbroken.
Oh. Well.
Unfortunately, I got a text message from I just got my reminder to destroy them later. So unfortunately, they will not be releasing. So they're going to be destroyed.
Well,
So you were going to do this anyway. If you have
Well, it just came up today, just a few minutes ago. So.
Because you said it.
Well,
How else did you get the reminder?
I guess the negotiation's over. Nobody's going to see your masterpiece, buddy. It's going to die with you.
Yeah, Pete and Rec Productions money will have to be invested somewhere else, man.
Well, I mean, you guys can invest your money in Clemson football.
Yeah, well, we might do that.
I do every week.
Hey, at least.
Yeah, it's true.
At least Pete is I tell Clemson University to give a coaching recommendation for Pete, so he could yell at the coaching staff every morning.
See, I don't have any interest in doing that.
What? I mean, at least you give Dabo Sweeney some time to at least reconsider and reevaluate his staff.
Yeah.
He did that this year.
Right.
It'd be good this year if you do, Pete.
I already yell about Clemson football all year long. I don't need Dabo's permission to do that.
Well, I'm just saying you don't need Dabo's permission. I'm just saying that if Clemson Athletics lets you yell at them, hey, at least give them a little more motivation.
Yeah.
That's what they're missing, knowing Pete is mad.
At least you get them boys ready to go.
Yeah.
Give them the old school Clemson talk where you're like, an angry Dabo Sweeney or an angry Coach Saban, and be like, you gotta win the game. You cannot be losing to some pathetic school like TCU. Blah 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 blah, etc.
That's a good idea.
It'd be good.
They come into the halftime for a game they're losing, and Dabo says, "Hey, I just talked to Pete, guys. He's not happy." And
Yeah.
they come whoop ass.
That's exactly what they need.
Yeah, and then Pete goes in to the locker room and just yells at the guys and gets them up and going.
No,
It's not a bad idea.
I'll just yell at them from right where I'm sitting, like I'm already doing. All right,
Why
Caden.
don't you just yell at them in the locker room?
All right, Caden. I promised it was going to be quick, and it's been about 30 minutes. So that's on me.
25 to be exactly.
You tickled my ass with that snuff film feather. You had me hook, line, and sinker, but that won't.
And Pete, do me a favor.
What?
Take those sunglasses of yours and shove them where the sun don't shine, buddy.
All right. See you later, buddy.
Yeah, he really got us there. I mean, I wanted to see it, but he's destroying them. So
I'm about 99% sure there's something illegal on one of those discs. So I'm kind of glad we didn't buy it.
yeah, we probably almost agreed to commit.
Yeah,
like heresy or something.
Yeah. Yes, that's the guy who claims that he trains with the Ohio State football team. Yeah.
I mean, just for making an offer, you might be considered an accessory at this point.
No, because we have this recording. He literally didn't tell us anything about it other than it was a horror movie.
Yeah, and we asked all the right questions too. You know,
Is this illegal?
Right.
Did anyone really die?
Yeah. What, you know, were the people underage?
Yeah, we really did cover all our bases.
But 10 hours of God Almighty.
It just kept getting better. It's like, oh, there's 5 of them. They're an hour and 60 minutes, which is an interesting way of saying 2 hours.
A 10-hour movie all inside of his living room.
That he says
Wow.
he watches once a month. I didn't even think about that. Once a month, he sits down for 10 hours to watch this.
Austin says, how much do you guys want to bet they don't even exist? Now, that's also a possibility.
Well, that
I think it's
obviously
a
what it is.
far more likely possibility.
But for some reason, I believe him. Too many details in there.
What
Well, that is
details
true.
you talking about? That they're rated triple R?
No, I
Which
mean,
is a rating I've never heard of in my life, by the way.
well, the triple R doesn't exist.
You think he was just trying to like speak in code and they're really triple X movies?
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Yeah,
Yeah.
We're involved.
yeah, an hour and 60 minutes.
Dude, it's so freaking cold. I'm considering quitting smoking. Jesus.
Are you
Christ.
getting snow up there?
We probably got 3 inches down, but it's still snowing. And let's see, it got down to 18 last night. The high today is supposed to be 24, and the low tonight is supposed to be 8.
God damn.
Are you supposed to get snow?
Hang on.
Yeah, he said it's been
I'll show
snowing.
you.
You're gonna show us. All right.
Yeah, I'm going to show you. I'll make this sacrifice for the greater good of the midday show. Holy fuck.
Oh, it looks like about a few inches, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 3 inches, maybe.
Yeah, I know that measurement. That was
Yeah.
like 3 inches.
I mean,
I'm
I'm
familiar with this. Yeah.
2.5 knuckles deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not getting anywhere you are, Rec Talk? I heard that Georgia was letting some kids out of school today because of the snow.
It's in the North Georgia area. It actually comes down to the county that borders me, which is Paulding. But no, I'm not supposed to be affected.
Now, what's freaky about it is Saturday, it was 75,
Yeah.
74, 75. And then it started raining. And then this started yesterday.
Yeah, we're just getting the rain part of it here today. It's cold and rainy, but not cold enough to snow. Which
Yeah.
I'm happy about. Snow once every few years is fine with me. I'm not a snow person.
It's getting to the point here, it snows every year, which blows a lot of holes in that global warming theory because it's getting fucking colder.
That is a scenario of global warming, though.
Well, yeah, that was a scenario 50 years ago in the 70s when they were talking about another ice age. I'm not one of those people that thinks that mankind hasn't had an impact on the environment, but like they change their doomsday scenario about every decade when it comes up wrong.
Who's they? I mean, to my knowledge, the consensus is it's bad. It's not. It's gonna get worse. We don't really know the timeline though.
I know, but they pretend to know a timeline. I mean, Miami should have been underwater, 20 years ago.
I guess what?
Tomorrow, dude. That was
Fucking Plymouth Rock was above sea level 500 years ago when we got here, and it's still above sea level.
Also, a warm planet is not a disaster. A cold one is.
Yeah.
Because you can't grow food.
Global warming is way better than global cooling.
Yeah.
That's not true, dude. Venus is a runaway greenhouse effect, and it's like 800 degrees.
Yeah, but that's a big.
It can be bad.
That's a big jump.
It's also wait a minute. It's also way closer to the sun than us.
It's warmer than Mercury, and Mercury's closer to the sun.
Well, there's all kinds of noxious gases that we don't have those gases here.
Yeah.
But either way, would you rather it be 105 degrees or -5 degrees?
I'll take that 105.
I'm dead anyways. Any which way it goes, then I don't guess I really care.
Holy fuck. Dude, and that's like that cold that when you step back inside, it hurts.
In 800 to 900 years, the Earth is supposed to be uninhabitable because of how hot it will get. Who told you that? Al Gore?
Well, that doesn't even make sense based off of what the quote-unquote consensus is. The quote-unquote consensus, it's going to raise a half a degree in 100 years. A half a degree Celsius in 100 years.
Yeah. Well, the last ice age was about 12,000 years ago. So I think
mankind survived it with
due.
No technology.
What were they burning coal back, 12,000 years ago to cause the ice age, or what happened?
No,
just happened.
No, it happens naturally.
Oh, really?
Their claim is we're speeding the process along,
right?
Which may be true, but my thing with it is, to your point, mankind survived the last ice age with no technology.
The climate has been changing for how old's the Earth? 4 billion years old is what they're telling us.
Well, it depends on who you ask.
Oh, let's
Some
just
people
go.
say it's only 4,000 years old.
Well, okay. Well, okay. All right. Let's go with let's go with 4 billion. The climate on the Earth has been changing for 4 billion years. Oh.
Yeah, and I don't think that's about to change.
I mean, a volcano erupts and it puts out enough CO2 that then we can put out in 100 years. And there's probably a volcano erupting right now somewhere.
There are 29 active volcanoes that are putting mankind's CO2 output to shame.
Yeah.
And it's not even particularly close.
I think the fact that Rec Talk recycles is going to save us.
It might.
Yeah.
You're pulling a Caden on me, dude. I'm bringing up these points. You don't address them.
What's your point?
Should we not care about taking massive amounts of fossil fuels, converting them to greenhouse gases, and throwing them in the atmosphere?
No, we shouldn't. Because you know what the percentage of our atmosphere is that's CO2 right now today?
More than it's ever been and since back.
Well, no, they have a number. They have a number. Do you know what percentage it is? 0.04%.
Yeah. So what Nick is saying is how I feel. First of all, I'm not a climate change denier, which is what people like to call you. I never have denied. It's all, like I said, it's always changing. But I do not believe in,
the doomsday scenarios.
No, I mean, I don't believe in that we should be releasing, toxic chemicals and or polluting the earth or the oceans. I don't think that's
I'm
good.
with you there.
But I don't think that. I don't think that. I don't think that driving an electric car is going to save the planet.
Well, exactly my point. Like, what's the solution? Like, do you realize how much diesel fuel they burn to build windmills? Or the toxic process of not only making batteries for shit like Tesla, but disposing of them.
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing green about
ain't a that. Yeah, not a damn thing.
We're just too. We're still. We're at the point we're barely past monkeys. We're in that in between stage.
Yep.
You know, you got monkeys, then you got us, and then a couple thousand years from now, hopefully, we're more evolved and don't rely on fossil fuels at all, or anything like that. But
well, this is something me and Rec agree on. Like, I don't know why more people are not for nuclear power. It's by far the cleanest method we have, and most efficient.
What say you, Rec? I would like to know what his solution is.
What my solution is to climate change?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. We shouldn't be probably dumping all these chemicals into the air, and that's probably not a great thing. But so what's the solution? Is it electric cars and wind energy, or I mean, what's the solution?
Well, I do know you have a ton of energy wasted by the sun, heating up the earth or heating up the shingles on your roof. So I think you can do a lot with photovoltaic cells. These farms.
I think he's having connection issues.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. He dropped off. You there?
Yeah, well, here's my thing with solar panels, though. Like, I mean, okay, but most people are anti-strip mining, which you have to do to create solar panels.
Well, people pretend to be anti-strip mining.
Do that for all solar cells, though.
People pretend to be anti-strip mining until they buy an electric car or a cell phone or anything, really. Any type of technology, computer.
Yeah, and there's going to be a lot of things that we can't do anything about just because it has nothing to do with the United States, like the industrialization of China and then a bunch of people in China driving cars that weren't before.
Well, I mean, China and India are the two biggest polluters by far in the world.
So, yeah, I mean, to really get to a solution, you'd have to have some worldwide agreement on a collective action, and that's probably unlikely to happen.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Well, no, people said that's exactly what the Paris Accords were, but that's not true. Well, it doesn't matter. There were no requirements made of India or China in the Paris Accords.
The only way it happens on a global scale is if you find some sort of clean alternative energy that's sustainable, that's profitable. Because nobody's doing anything if it's not profitable.
Nuclear.
Not now.
You could do a lot more with nuclear for sure. I mean, and there's a massive upfront cost with it, but long term.
There are windmills everywhere in China.
I mean, okay, but putting in windmills is not green.
No, I mean, they have to be maintained. I think the maintenance on them is fairly nasty.
Oh, it is. Like, in their 20-year lifespan, they don't offset their own carbon footprint.
Yeah, and I think their total lifespan is, I don't know exactly what it is. It's not super long, though.
I've heard 20 years.
And they're killing the birds.
Springfield,
birds.
They're eating the dogs.
They're killing the birds.
Came in. They're eating the cats.
That was great. I have to say, obviously, I don't like Trump, but he is entertaining.
Well, and then there's the whole, we have to go all electrical with everything, which, by the way, I guess people don't know where electricity comes from. It's not fucking green.
It comes from coal, which is the dirty.
Yeah. And not only that, like, if we started today, it would take 30 years to run all the transmission lines to make everything all electric like they talk about. Like the grid just can't handle it. We would have to completely overhaul the power grid in this country.
You would. I mean, I've had this discussion with people at Southern Company, but
well, me and you have had it before.
Yeah, man, I don't know. It's not great. I think the fear is that we're going to get to a point where we can't unring this bell. Like, I don't think that's an unreasonable conclusion based on the data.
Yeah.
I think what's far more likely is something you've talked about before. We're going to run out of fucking oil before we come up with another viable solution.
Yeah, I mean,
because here's the thing: when it comes to fossil fuels, like we focus on shit like energy and fuel because that's some of the biggest. But fucking petroleum's in everything. Everything.
Yeah.
Petroleum's used for lip balm. That ain't got shit to do with the energy sector.
Well, plastic. I mean, it's in plastic. Everything's plastic.
Every bit of plastic, yes, is from petroleum.
Jelly, dude. Petroleum jelly.
Yeah.
It's in that even. It's in your wiener shit, dude. That wasn't the first thing you thought of?
It was.
Yeah, don't fuck with me, dude. I know it was.
Of course it was. It doesn't even really matter because the aliens are going to save us before we run out of oil. And they'll teach us how to live without it.
Well, are they going to save us or probe our assholes?
Maybe both. I don't know.
Yeah, one's just a consolation. I mean, wouldn't necessarily argue with them.
Yeah, they're going to save us.
I've never quite understood the connection between aliens and anal probing. Like, how much can you really learn from an asshole?
I think you can learn quite a bit.
I mean, what are they, harvesting farts or something? Like,
well, they might be.
Now, speaking of which, talking about alternative energy sources, if we can figure out a way to harvest natural methane gas from people,
we have basically in landfills. Like when it rains and all that water mixes with the trash, it forms something called leachate, which produces methane. And so they will run pipes under these landfills, and you get methane out from there.
Yeah, I've seen them. Yeah.
But what you're talking about is just like collecting our farts, which I would be interested in.
I mean, like, make Bush's Baked Beans the biggest company in the country, in the world, and just have like a hole in the driver's seat of your car, and as you let them rip, it fills up your tank.
Just mandate it like we have other things.
We don't need human farts. We just need cow farts.
Well, no, we got to get rid of cow farts.
No, we got to harvest that.
Well, yeah, probably a good idea.
Yeah, instead of beef farms, we'll have cow farms that are just for harvesting farts.
We've gone from snuff films to harvesting farts.
I mean, I don't hear anybody with a better idea. I'm just saying.
We're going to solve the world's problems on Pete's Midday show.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
We've already solved half of them.
Yeah, we've solved half of them just in the couple of years this show's been on.
Which problems have been solved on this show?
Racism.
Yeah, we cured racism.
Yeah, that's a biggie. Good job, guys.
Yeah. We ended that a few years ago. That was our first big victory there.
Damn.
You said
you need a Nobel Peace Prize.
George ended racism, but it was on this channel. So I'm taking
George only ended racism in Central Florida.
That's true.
What was the solution?
He gave a woman a cup of coffee.
He gave a black woman a cup of coffee.
And then that spread like throughout that area.
Yeah, according to him, what happened was he lived in a very segregated town. Well, I mean, it wasn't segregated by law, but it was just like a sort of an understanding that the white people went here and everyone else went somewhere else. And he apparently owned a diner, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
and one morning when he was opening up the diner, there was a woman, a black woman, trying to come in, and instead of telling her to,
his exact words were a large black woman.
a large black woman, and instead of saying no, you can't come in here. This is a this is a white people restaurant. He gave her a cup of coffee, and according to him, that caused a domino effect throughout the town. He ended racism.
In 1984.
Yeah, 1984. That was right. That was right before he went to prison.
Yeah.
What did he go to prison for? Did y'all ever figure that out?
I think it was like attempted murder, wasn't it?
Oh, I thought it was like a meth charge.
No, I'm pretty sure he almost killed somebody.
So he ended racism and then tried to kill somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the person he tried to kill was white, so that didn't go against his curing racism thing.
If you're gonna assault someone, you better be sure they're the same color as you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know. I can't keep up with his timeline. He's been in the Army. He's owned several businesses. He's been in prison.
George is the Forrest Gump of the Florida man.
Yeah, exactly. That's a perfect way to put it. If Forrest Gump was a Florida man, he would be George.
Yeah.
Is this the guy that was showing you his picture he got a while back?
That's him.
Well, he was supposed to mail it to Peete, that artwork, and he never did.
Well, it was a painting of a ballerina. And I said, oh, that's a cool looking picture. And he said, do you want it? And I was just kidding around. I was like, yeah, I'll take it. This motherfucker wrapped that thing up in some paper and walked a half a mile down to the UPS office and was going to ship it to me. And they told him it was going to cost like $150 to ship or something. He's like, oh, I don't have $150. So he had to carry it all the way back home.
I never got my pirate ship alarm clock either.
Well, look, if this guy ended racism, you think he wouldn't mail you a ballerina picture if you asked for it? I mean, come on.
I felt bad after that because I didn't think he was really going to go do that. I was just kidding around.
Yeah, $150, man.
See George,
big ass painting,
walking down the sidewalk, fucking Seattle somewhere with a giant painting.
Surprised he didn't figure out a way to strap it to one of the 4 bicycles he had in there.
Why did he have this painting?
I don't know.
He just had a bunch of random shit.
It was just hanging in his apartment. It was like the only picture on the wall.
And he was going to send it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
Yeah. Except for the
George is kind of like Caden, man. You can only put up with him in doses.
Where did he come from, by the way? I've heard him on here before.
Yeah, he just showed up. Kind of like George.
Yeah, I don't know where he came from.
Nobody knows the origin story. He just kind of appeared.
Sounds like a young cat, like 20 or something.
Oh, Caden's got like a dozen videos on his channel. He's pretty young. Now, George is fucking retirement age.
And then you've got Octavian, who's another. That guy's actually called into my show before.
Oh, Octavian? Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't think, like, and this may be stereotyping, but it's also just the ones I've encountered. Like, is it bad to say Salim Driver is the sanest Florida fan I've ever come across on any app?
It's also not clear that he is, though.
Oh, by far. I mean, next to George and Octavian, yeah.
I'm just saying I got to think real quick before I'm willing to say that that's true.
How do I share? So here's Caden's channel, but I want you to hear. How do I share on StreamYard? I only use StreamYard to pipe you guys in. Can't I share what I'm playing on StreamYard somehow?
You can.
Yeah.
Whether.
Yeah.
How do I do that?
I don't remember.
Present?
Yeah, there's a present, and then I think you can click a window.
Oh, share screen? Is it that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think you also have to tell it to share the audio, or we might not.
Yeah, you have to tell it to share. Yeah, there's a share audio as well.
Also share tab audio. Okay, that's on.
Yeah, there you go. Now you can pull up Caden's channel.
All right. Hold on. Why won't it let me share it? Entire screen. Yeah, entire screen. What's going on here? StreamYard or OBS?
Wait, what?
StreamYard, I think.
Yeah, StreamYard.
Okay, let's try that. Can y'all see my screen?
There we go.
All right.
Yes, we can.
All right, here we go. This is Caden's channel. He's got one video, which he uploaded yesterday, but he's got a bunch of shorts.
Got a bunch of lives, too.
This is not how I pictured him looking, but okay.
Why does he got on Sleeta's gloves in that one thumbnail?
I don't know. He's got a bunch, like more than half of his shorts are about me.
You, VicTube, and Lou.
Where's the one where he tells me I have dummy cells from a dummy brain? I think that's this one. Hold on. Here you go. Where's the volume at? Oh, here it is. All right, here we go.
PigskinPeete again has shown me that his brain is made out of the cells out of a dummy's brain. It clearly showed. Proves nothing. It seems PigskinPeete.
His brain is made out of cells from a dummy's brain.
I don't know about Slim. I don't think I could hear it though, or it might just.
Yeah, I couldn't hear
You
it.
couldn't hear it?
No. I mean, I've heard.
Hold on. Why is it not? I don't know why.
I've had this issue too, though. Like it, I feel like it doesn't like you to do it because you're gonna get this nasty feedback.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
I wonder if I need to. Let's do this. Share screen. Let's do OBS. Because that's where my sound's being pumped through.
Yeah, and then you have to share audio as well. Don't forget.
Well, it's not letting me do that. This is why I don't like StreamYard.
Well, StreamYard would be way simpler if you wasn't running it through OBS. I think that's where the conflict is coming in.
Yeah, but OBS just lets you do way more cool shit.
Yeah, I'm not really running it. I'm not running it through OBS. It's separate. I'm just sharing my OBS screen so you can see what's happening on StreamYard. But I don't know. I've done this before. I just don't know what I'm doing. God damn it. Fuck StreamYard.
This is a professional setup, people.
My question is, could y'all hear that video that I played in the chat, and they couldn't hear it, or you couldn't hear it either?
I don't think they could hear it either, but I could be wrong.
I don't know. I can't see the chat, so I can't tell you if they did or not.
Anyway. Yeah, he said PigskinPete's brain is made out of cells from a dummy's brain. Yeah, they could hear
That's
it.
pretty funny.
They could hear it.
Okay, well, that's all that really matters. I've heard it. Because that's the one I sent you, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the one you sent me.
I'm gonna go perusing. What's his channel name? Caden something?
Man.
It's Caden the Man 614.
All right.
Yeah.
I know he goes after Lou in a couple of them. He goes after VicTube in one. Which, I mean, what is it with people starting beef with VicTube?
Well, Vic's pretty gangster, so I mean, he draws some heat, you know.
He does have a bunch of live shows on here too. I just can't sit through an hour of that. This one here is an hour and 44 minutes. Holy shit! Imagine that.
Talking about what?
Shit.
I'm gonna listen to it when we get off here. I gotta look anyway in front of a computer.
I didn't know you hated yourself that much.
I'm just really bored.
That makes sense. I mean, why do you think people watch Sleeta? Because there's nothing better to do.
But Sleeta's not boring, though. I mean, he is a moron.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, he's entertaining as shit, dude. Like,
Well,
oh,
I don't care about the NFL, but even if I did, his football videos are unwatchable. But listening to him complain about women is some of the best stuff on the internet. I mean, but I have a sick mind.
when he talked about me and C-Dog were on something with him, and he's like, "Oh no, like I'm a Georgia Tech fan too." I'm like, "Really? Well, name 5 Georgia Tech players," and he just started naming Georgia players. I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Well, that's the thing. He's not a college football fan. He pretends to be one.
Yeah, gets a fake belt and whatever, and
Yeah.
parades around.
Well, he's a fan of every team in the state of Georgia,
Yeah, yeah. He's also
whether it be
back
college
too.
or professional.
Yeah, or soccer, or whatever. He's like what's the soccer team in Atlanta? Atlanta United or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I said just every team in the state of Georgia. Doesn't matter if it conflicts. He's a fan of all of them.
Doesn't he like kick people out of his chat for like not donating to him? Like, man, you've been in here for 2 weeks. You hadn't donated shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if he still does that, but I know he did.
That shit tickles me. Because he presents as like this alpha male, or that's what he wants you to think, but then he's e-begging.
Yeah, his block list is probably higher than his subscriber list.
Yeah.
I'm not even
That's
kidding.
probably factual.
Yeah, he makes videos of, nobody's supporting me, you know. He's the ultimate victim. Like, nobody supports him. Women don't, are mean to him. You know.
Yeah, but he's turning his life around, right? Because I want to say it was a few months ago, C-Dog said he put a video out. He's like, I'm going to the gym. Fucking women are all over me or something like that.
I mean, that's actually been now I'll give him credit. Like that's been well over a year ago now.
Okay.
So he's kind of stuck with the whole gym thing. I'll give him credit for that.
Well, good.
Trying
Did
to
he
find.
come to that Slob Olympics in Atlanta?
He did.
Well, he showed up after the Slav Olympics for the free dinner.
He showed up that night, and then he was calling people he took a train there. So somebody had to go pick him up from the train station.
From MARTA? Or like,
I don't know. Is there like a...
Yeah, from MARTA.
Is that what it was?
okay, yeah. Where does he live, man? This guy doesn't have a car.
He lives in Atlanta. Well, or in the suburbs of Atlanta somewhere.
And no, he doesn't have a car. He relies on MARTA.
That's terrifying.
No, what's terrifying is him getting out of a hot tub in his tighty whities. That's terrifying.
I learned about that at my first Slob Olympics when I met y'all for the first time. Y'all were talking about sleep. I'm like, what? And then you talking about the hot tubs.
Oh,
I hate I missed that.
Well, he showed up looking like a homeless person. He had on like fingerless cloth gloves. He looked like he was about to go on his shift as a trash man.
yeah. Had on like a dirty hoodie with a flannel jacket on top.
Yeah.
So like one of the villains from Home Alone 1?
Yeah, yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah, exactly like that. That's a perfect description there.
Cross the villains from Home Alone 1 with looking like Adam Sandler from Little Nicky, and you've got Sleeta.
Ooh, rough.
I'll tell you, the best part was there was these 2 girls sitting on his couch in the lobby of the hotel, and we're all just kind of sitting, hanging out. And I was live streaming actually on my phone, and I walked over to the 2 girls and I say, "Y'all see who's sitting over there?" And they're like, "Who?" And I pointed at Sleeta. I was like, y'all are in the midst of a celebrity right now. You know who that is? And she goes, "Oh, that's that Sleeta. That's that Atlanta YouTuber."
They knew who he was.
They knew who he was.
Sleeta showed your dumb ass.
Boy, that made his fucking day. He went over there and sat down with them and talked to them for about an hour.
I bet. I don't blame him.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. That's that Sleeta.
That's that Sleeta.
And listen, if he didn't score, there's something wrong with him because there was definitely a hoe parade going on in that hotel.
A hoe parade.
Yeah, it was. It was the week.
Prostitutes.
It was the weekend of the NBA All-Star game in Atlanta.
Okay.
So, need I say more?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, there was a line of hoes at the valet stand right outside of the front door of the hotel that was a mile long.
Man,
I remember at one point, a group of them were trying to get one back up to the room and unsuccessfully keeping her clothed at the same time.
Oh yeah, they were dragging her through the lobby to get her on the elevator, and they were pulling her top off and her pants down. It was a shit show.
Who's they?
Her friends.
Oh.
Her friends, yeah. I guess the soberest of the group.
Yeah. And then, shit, and I'm drawing a blank. What's his name? The Tennessee fan. He's not around anymore. That BBD's friend.
Oh, Carter?
Carter, thank you. I'm sorry, Carter. I didn't forget about you. I just forgot your name for a minute. Carter is wearing this Tennessee hat that I guess resembled a Confederate flag on it, but it wasn't a Confederate. Do you know what I'm talking about, Slim?
Yeah, I remember.
He had a hat that, anyway, it had some sort of marking on it that I guess could be confused for a Confederate flag. And they get on the elevator, and a bunch of other guys get on the elevator, and they're like, "What the fuck is on your head?" Black dudes. And he's like, "What are you talking about?"
Downtown Atlanta.
Yeah, and he was like, "It's not what you think. Don't be offended." And they were like, "Dude, we're gonna fucking beat the shit out of you and take your fucking hat from you." Like, they threatened him. They didn't do anything. But
didn't somebody try and sell Sea-Dog a gun on the elevator?
Yeah. Ask Sea-Dog about that. Somebody tried to sell him a gun in the hotel.
I'll call him after this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this is what's tough for me. Like, obviously, I love Georgia Tech. Atlanta's a shit show, though, man. It's an absolute shit show.
Well, why do you think? I mean, listen, I would love to have a Slav Olympics close by. There's a reason I have never put up Memphis for consideration.
Yeah, I mean, you got to call your hometown out. I get it.
Well, there was 2 separate hotels we were staying at. Like, most of us were staying at the Embassy Suites. And then there was a hotel a couple of blocks away where, like, BVD and Law Tide and all them were staying in Carter. And the last night we were there, somebody got murdered on the sidewalk right in front of the hotel that they were staying at. Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Like a drive-by or something. Apparently, it was some.
Like Atlanta was on one that night.
It was like some local Atlanta rapper that got murdered or something. I don't know.
Well, dude, I mean, at one point Saturday night, like, they had bumper to bumper traffic, but people are trying to half-ass drag race up and down.
Oh yeah,
because we're right there at the Embassy Suites. It's across from the College Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. People like what I pay for insurance is insane because of all this bullshit. Because the number of accidents in the Atlanta metro is so high.
The people that were doing the valet parking were smoking weed while they were parking people's cars.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, Atlanta said they're not prosecuting for that. So.
I know,
but they're worried about all of us being on one sidewalk and push us over to a smaller sidewalk. Fucking assholes. I
pulled up to the valet when I got there. I got out of the car. The guy walks over to me, the valet guy, with a joint in his hand. And I looked at him. I said, "Dude, you're not about to get in my." I had my kids with me. I was like, "Dude, you're not about to get in my car with that joint." And he was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna smoke it in your car, man. Don't worry." I was like, "Okay." Like,
it kind of puts you on the spot, doesn't it? Like, I need to park. I have my kids with me.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Raj refused to let the valets park his truck?
Yeah, because they were out there smoking weed.
I don't blame them, dude. That's fucked up.
Atlanta has 0 fucks to give.
None, dude. And that's once again, that's why I haven't suggested Memphis, because Memphis is worse. Like, you think Atlanta's bad. I mean, Memphis is Atlanta on crack.
There's just more of Atlanta to deal with, I guess.
There is, yeah. Atlanta's definitely a bigger, more populated city.
I mean, I worked downtown for 3-4 years, and I'm glad I don't anymore.
I will say though, every time I've gone to Atlanta for something, I've had a good time. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
There's a lot to do. That's the nice thing about living here. Like there's always something to do.
well, back in the day, they had the underground. Remember with the Georgia Dome?
They had underground. They also do you remember they had something called Freaknik?
Oh, Freaknik. Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was in the 90s, I think.
Yeah. That's equivalent to one of Caden's snuff films. There.
Yeah, that was terrifying. There's some nostalgia for you.
But we went to the Peach Bowl in 2012, Clemson against LSU, and that was it was on New Year's Eve too, which makes it even worse or better, depending on how you look at it. But the underground was crazy that night.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had a good
You
time.
want to put in your body, you could buy down there.
Yeah, and even some things you didn't want to put in your body, you could buy down there.
Yeah.
They might end up.
Anyway, somebody was asking for Sleeta's channel. This is it right here. I don't have the link to it, but Sports Live in the ATL. Hold on. This is like it's all one word. Sports Live in the ATL Sports Fitness Motivational Channel. That's what it's called.
Sleeta fits the worst parts of Atlanta really, really well.
Real talk today at the gym, there was so much sexy female ass. I mean, I'm not blind. I just focus well. That's his last video that he uploaded.
So much sexy female asses. Sounds like how a middle schooler talks.
And it's the thumbnail of a girl in the gym wearing like, Daisy Duke type shorts. So their ass hanging out.
Well, and that's where I'll say that people like Sleeta have got a point. Like, you're going to the gym in full makeup with 3/4 of you hanging out like a motherfucker ain't going to be looking. Stop it. You know what you're doing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, these girls that get pissed if you look, I don't really get it.
I don't know. What are they supposed to do? Wear a burqa? I mean, they're working out.
I mean, okay, you can wear a fucking t-shirt.
I think you could control yourself and be like not be a creepo.
Why?
Listen, everybody fucking looks. Okay, it's just the way it is. Men and women. Everybody looks.
Looking and staring are two different things. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, that is absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Well, staring's a rookie mistake. You got to learn to wear sunglasses in the gym.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I always wear sunglasses when I go to the beach.
Yeah, me too.
Aside from the sun burning your eyeballs, but yeah. But yeah, if you have sunglasses on, they can't see where your eyes are fixated on.
Yeah, and he doesn't just stare at him. He goes up and talks to him too, and asks him for their Instagram and whatever. I mean. Yeah.
See, I tend to go to the gym around lunchtime when there's hardly anybody there. Like a lot of times I'll go work out. Me and my wife will go work out at the same time, or I'll go even a little after her because then it's even more empty. Like 1 o'clock in the gym is great. There's fucking nobody there.
Can I tell you something, guys, that probably won't shock you?
Yes.
Sure.
I have a gym right across from me. I mean, it's 20 yards from where I'm sitting.
And you've never set foot in it.
I've lived here 2 years. Never even opened the door.
I thought you said it was something that was going to shock us.
No, he said it wouldn't shock us.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all he's never set foot in there.
What the fuck are you trying to say?
You're a lazy fuck.
When it comes to, I save all my athletic prowess for the Slob Olympics. Save it up.
Well, I get it.
And then
I mean, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Like after driving a truck for 6 years, I feel better now that I'm working out.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
Basis.
Yeah.
Like I noticed a significant difference being stationary like that for 6 years.
Yeah, it's not healthy. It's not natural. I mean,
no.
That's not good, especially if you drive at night. Then you're getting hit with never getting sunlight.
Yeah. But have you ever considered joining the gym just to meet women?
I've considered joining the gym for to sit in the hot tub.
Do they have a hot tub?
Not at the one across from me, but there's an LA Fitness up the road, I think, that has one. But here's the thing. If I show up like a fat fuck, the kind of women I'm going to attract are probably not going to be at the gym. So I'm going to have to work out either way, I think.
Now, see, that's one thing I wish the gym I had went to is a sauna. Now,
Yeah.
that would be good.
Yeah, sauna.
And then I could be naked, and then they would see my abnormally large penis, and that would be the end.
Well, I don't think it's co-ed sauna. So the other men would see your usually large penis.
Thanks for saying it right. Yeah, appreciate it.
Which, I mean, if that's what you're into, you do you.
Just sit in there. I know, right? I know. It is what it is.
I'm not, hey, this is 2025. I'm not going to kink shame anybody.
I don't know that that's a kink, though. That's just your preference of who you like to have sex with.
I used to belong to a Planet Fitness here in Somerville, and I know I would go in there before work, but I don't know. People would bring in. People would have these lockers full of clothes for the week, and they would take a shower and shave in there. I mean, it was like I don't know. I don't want to shower here.
Yeah, I'm not showering there. I'll wear my sweaty workout clothes home, and I'm going to go home and take a shower. Now, I'll change there. Change out of my work clothes into, some shorts and t-shirt.
I wouldn't want to shower after anyone anyway. That's how you get foot fungus.
Yeah, foot fungus.
Which is rough. But the other thing at the gym is older guys do not give a fuck about hanging dong in front of everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta watch out for that.
And just walk around, dick swinging around, yeah.
Talk to you. Just, yeah.
Hey, did you see the game last night?
Conversation with you while they're doing it.
Yeah. Walk over, dick swinging. You see the game last night, buddy? Yeah, I saw it.
Dude,
yeah, there's some naked old guy talking to you, and there's some 20-year-old with his camera set up on the counter for the sink, taking flexing videos in the mirror.
Oh my God.
So I need to ask you this too, and this is a true story. I'm not making this up. So when I had my last physical, it was a guy, and I guess he's so comfortable with grabbing balls that he asked me, he saw I had a Georgia Tech hat on and was asking me about the game while he had my balls in his hand.
Yeah.
Do you think that's weird?
No. I think it was probably just as uncomfortable for him, so he was trying to make small talk.
Yeah, they are heavy, so.
I mean, it would have been more weird if he started talking to you about your balls while he was holding them.
I've seen a lot of balls, and these are
some exceptional nuts you got here, sir.
Yeah, I had a dentist that used to piss me off because he was a Vols fan. And he would just start saying outlandish shit about Tennessee football while he's drilling away at my fucking wisdom tooth, so I couldn't talk shit back.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Sounds like he figured you out.
Oh, yeah, he did. Nah, he was cool, though.
I have a buddy who went to get a vasectomy, and apparently his doctor was attractive. It was a woman, and she was attractive. And as soon as the doctor walks out and says, "Okay, come back here," his wife was with him in the waiting room, and she's like, "Oh, I'm coming back too," because she saw the woman. So she's in there, and she's getting ready to do this vasectomy and fondling him basically. And he gets an erection. He got an erection in the room, and his wife and his doctor and his wife sees this happening. I'm like, oh my God, what a fucking nightmare that would be.
Yeah. First of all, embarrassing. Second of all, your wife's there to see it.
Hey, babe, would you come with me if I were to get a vasectomy?
Wow.
He's telling the story. I'm wondering if you would go too.
Why would I do?
Yeah, she's like, well, no, she said, why wouldn't I?
So why would you?
I mean, it's like I've straight up told her, it's like I'm not bothering to go with you to your physical. It's not like we're breaking any new ground there.
Yeah. I don't know that I
see something and go, ooh, Doc, what's that?
I don't know that I want my wife in there when they're sticking something up my butt, like a colonoscopy. You know.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't be in there with them, but somebody has to go because they have to put you under and you can't drive afterwards. Because my wife has a history of colon cancer in her family, so she has to get a colonoscopy every 2 or 3 years.
When am I supposed to do that? Am I past due?
No, you're talking about a prostate exam.
Oh.
Where they just stick a finger up there.
Don't they do that with what's the difference?
A colonoscopy is basically they inflate your colon and shove a roto-rooter up there with a camera.
Oh.
Which I tried getting, when she got her last one, I tried getting a DVD of that, but they told me no.
You put the DVD in the safe like Caden and watch it once a month. Oh.
No, a prostate exam is just a finger. And hell, I mean, if you want, Mrs. Peete can do it for you.
Does she know what she's looking for?
I mean, you can find out anything on the internet.
What's up, Squid?
Boy, what's going on, fellas?
I mean, it kind of makes sense. If you're going to have anybody stick their finger up your butt, I'm sure you'd rather it be Mrs. Peete than somebody you didn't know.
Yeah, I think that's true, yeah.
I'm sure I'm glad I got to wait 17 years before my first colonoscopy.
Hey,
Squid, do you have anything to comment about putting shit up your ass?
That's about it.
Okay.
I don't have to worry. I don't have to worry about that for a good 10 more years. So.
It'll be here before you know it, buddy.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it will.
Let me enjoy
Actually,
the time I have left.
They say you should start getting regular prostate exams at 40.
At 40, so I'm 4 years past due.
Rest.
Yeah.
I got about 17 more years left.
Go get your oil changed, sir.
We could get them done together.
Yeah, you would get like a group discount.
Yeah,
That's a good question.
Slob prostate
exam.
Hell yeah.
No, colonoscopy. They have to put you under anesthesia and all that kind of shit.
Yeah, we do that.
That's a whole like outpatient procedure.
Now, do you get extra points based on how many hemorrhoids are in there, or does that not count?
It depends on on whether or not they're internal or external hemorrhoids.
Oh.
So internal would be more.
I think so.
It would be worth more. Basically.
Yeah, they're worth 10 points. The external ones are only worth 5.
They probably charge you more. That's the point, is your bill.
Hoghead says he's had 6 colonoscopies.
Good Lord.
Man.
Yeah.
That sounds terrible. I'm not gonna lie.
One of those portable colonoscopies where you know, portable ones where you basically shit in a box and then send it back.
Oh, that's not a colonoscopy.
Oh,
that's just shitting in a box.
Yeah, that's just shitting in a box and sending it to a lab somewhere.
To see if you have some sort of colon cancer.
Yeah.
I know what he's talking about.
Yeah, because
but there's a much higher chance of those tests being wrong.
Yes,
right, but still, I mean, like, why would you shit in a box? No gain from it. You know what I mean?
So you're saying that shitting in a box and sending it through UPS is not accurate?
I mean, that's what the commercial said.
Well, what did I do last week?
They find, like, what was it? They said 80% of colon cancers or something like that. Yeah.
I want my money back.
Well, once RFK gets us all on a fruit and veggie diet, we won't have to worry about colon cancer anymore.
Yeah, blue food dye.
Yeah, no more red dye number 5.
He's gonna get rid of all those artificial dyes and shit.
Yeah.
And
How
sunscreen.
how do you get a refund for a colonoscopy? How does that work?
I don't know.
Do they shove the shit back in there?
What?
Well, they took it out, so if they shoved it in,
Well,
they
they
don't
don't.
again.
Well, they don't take shit out, but
Yeah, actually, you have to go that's the bad part of a colonoscopy is the prep work beforehand. Like you're on a liquid diet for 3 or 4 days, and you're taking a copious amounts of laxatives.
Yeah, don't you have to drink like some kind of like thick goo?
What's that stuff you got to take to prep for your colonoscopy?
It's like some kind of thick like. It's like goo.
Oh yeah, it's basically like you have to drink a liter of magnesium citrate, basically.
Oh.
The super duper laxative.
after you judge what they want you to pull and
Yeah. They want to make sure you're completely cleaned out.
Oh yeah, they don't want to get their camera dirty.
Ew.
Does your wife still not look at you sideways with all these random questions? Like, hey, would you go with me to get a vasectomy? Hey, what'd you take for that colon?
Oh, she knows who she married, right, Slim? Yeah.
Oh yeah, she knows. I mean, listen, I've been around here longer than you, so I've been asking these weird questions for a long time.
yeah.
Yeah, well, we're learning. We're learning today.
Yep. She knows.
Well, Jay says that he screened his girlfriend on Monday, so she's good.
Screened for what?
Her colon.
Wow.
Oh, he did the
Does he have?
organic version.
Dr. Jay Shipes.
A man of many talents.
Yeah.
Does he have? Or
Yeah, did everything check out?
According to her, everything's fine. I mean, according to him, everything's fine. Just good to go.
Okay.
Till next Monday.
Yeah, can't be too safe. Do it again.
yeah. What about Jay? Does he ever get
Does Jay strike you as the healthiest type?
Yeah, he's cancer free.
Yeah.
Yeah, nitrous kills all cancer. You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Two or three whippets, I'll kill anything inside of you.
So it's those whippets.
Yeah.
This is going to sound like the dumbest question on planet Earth. So is nitrous the same as nitrogen, or are those two different things?
It's nitrous oxide.
So
They must be two different things because oxide is its own molecule.
Yeah.
It's basically the propellant that shoots shit out of, that makes the whipped cream come out of the can. It's that shit.
So drinking nitrogen when it makes shit come out is basically what I'm hearing.
Yeah. So can you tell?
No, the laxative is magnesium citrate.
Yeah. So
Okay.
can you tell?
Completely different things. Gotcha.
So can you tell me what the chemical formula for nitrous oxide is?
Yeah. Well, we do have a scientist on the panel. We will defer to him as he Googles it.
N2O. So you don't. I will say this: you don't find any of these gases like oxygen, nitrogen monotomically. They're always diatomically. So this is a diatomic nitrogen bonded with oxygen.
Yeah. I think y'all were missing the joke. It's supposed to be. Can you tell me the chemical formula for nitrous oxide? No.
Oh, you're
I got
smarter
it.
than all of us and already knew it.
Look at you, Vic, with the big brains on Vic.
You've outwitted me.
But technically, it's N2O, not NO.
Yeah.
So that ruins the joke.
Yeah. So basically, it's no.
Yeah, what a dumbass, Dick.
What if it's two no's? So like no.
Well, there's only one O though. So
Yeah. There's two N's and an O.
If there's two O's, that might be something that's
The two O's is the shit that you put in your car to make it go fast.
there you go.
Oh, huh. The
no,
more you know.
that's right.
The more you know.
The more you
Well, I mean,
know.
It makes sense. You want, when you're talking about an internal combustion engine, you want more oxygen.
I get to be a smarter individual every
Not
day.
bonded with other stuff. I mean, oxygen bonded with different metals is rust. I mean, it's super flammable. Boom! Just schooled your ass, cuz.
When do you graduate, Squid?
This is my second to last semester, so fall 25, and then I'll be fully done. After 12 semesters, you definitely start to get worn out a bit.
Yeah. What do you have left?
Just a few more video classes. Think a big project coming up, an internship, and then that's it. I'll be taking some summer classes to take some of the load off for the fall semester because I'm gonna need to spend that time to for college football stuff. I can't be working.
It just so happens I'm looking for an intern to edit videos for me. Now there is no pay because you're an intern, so you'll basically you'll be my bitch for 6 months.
Yeah, but you get the experience of being.
How dare you for not paying a livable wage?
An unpaid intern.
No, this is valuable life experience.
Well, I mean, sometimes internships can be paid, but
Well, sometimes they can, just not for me.
I was technically.
It should be.
I mean, I was technically an intern for Mark Rogers, so.
Oh,
Well, there you go.
so he got a hold of you before I did.
got paid, so
But yeah, and then you did stuff for my channel, and I paid you for that.
that is true. Can
So
confirm.
then you weren't an intern because interns don't get paid. I mean, they get the shaft,
well, I think you're thinking of
metaphorically speaking.
a volunteer does not get paid.
Well, I'm not a monster. Of course I would pay you. How does a $20 gift card to Starbucks sound?
I don't drink coffee, so zero.
You fucking communist.
Now, if we're talking about if we're talking about a $20 gift card to Dunkin', you might be onto something there because they've got donuts.
Oh.
And my fat ass would feast on a hell of a lot of donuts.
Yeah, they got donuts and coffee.
All right.
You're gonna say you little skinny fuck?
Yeah, the only reason I haven't died from sugar is because Krispy Kreme is too far away.
I mean, what are you, like 130 pounds?
No, I'm 170. I was back when I worked for Catfish. I used to eat a shit ton of cheese curds every single day. So I went from when I started working for him, I was like 140 pounds, and then in the span of 3 months, I went up to 210.
Wow. You might want to move up that colonoscopy to now.
No, but I did some workouts, and now I'm back down to 170.
Eating all those cheese curds, you might need the laxatives. Holy fuck.
Oh, no, trust me, I took a shit ton of laxatives.
Hey, what is Catfish doing these days? I haven't talked to him in a couple
Not a
years.
clue. However long it's been since you've talked to him is however long it's been.
Oh, really?
since I-
Okay.
The last time I heard from him was right when BVD passed. I haven't talked to him since. I probably need to give him a call soon.
Yeah.
I'll probably call him this week.
You know what's going on with Catfish, yeah.
Oh,
I think he's
Catfish.
still in the restaurant business. That's all I know.
Well, he sold that one that you worked at, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't really know all the details on it, but I know that Top 40 is no longer exists, and it hasn't existed for a while.
Yeah.
Then he went to a place called Daddy Mac's or Mac Daddy's or something like that. And it was something like that because he actually brought me on to control his shows for a little while, and then I got too busy during the semester. I couldn't do it anymore. Ever since then, I haven't really known what he's going on because he worked as a manager at Bojangles for a little while, and then he went from Bojangles to the Mac Daddy's thing. And after that, I've got no clue. So, yeah, I'm a bad friend.
I don't think you're
as bad as Carter. That little fucker started ignoring everybody's fucking calls.
Yeah, well, Carter disappeared too. They all did.
They went, yeah. They did. They went over to Rumble, yeah.
Is that what they did? I didn't know that.
Oh.
Like, I mean, I used to, because Carter only lives like an hour and a half from me. I mean, I used to hang out with him every so often. He quit answering my calls.
I was one of the OGs back 5 years ago who stuck around in all those Uvu streams with them and Chess Hall, and it was quite the adventure.
Carter just doesn't approve of your friends, Slim. That's what it is.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I mean, fucking whatever. I don't give a shit.
Well, Well, that's something I hate I missed out on too, because that was before I got on here. Was chess.
Well, I mean, I would
adventure.
I would say you're not missing much, but that would be a lie. That you missed a lot.
Yeah, you missed
because there's a lot there.
Well, Sea Dog filled me in. Like, I guess Lou noticed he had some painter's tape hung up and paid him $20 to get it down, but he didn't get it all. So he said he'd Venmo $2 back.
I swear, back in 2020, every single day was like a Jersey drama because there was some new thing, some new drama coming up with him or somebody else in the community, and somebody was going at it with either him or BVD or Lou or somebody.
Yes.
Yeah, think of it as the North Georgia backwoods version of Jersey Shore.
That's exactly what it is.
Well,
I couldn't think of a better way to say it.
With him, it was chess, BVD, and camel toes. I guess there was some beef there. I did watch that one, but
what happened was Chess apparently got Camel Toes fired from his job.
Okay, yeah, never mind. So, but I watched that stream and I saw like it was about to be squashed, and Chess would be like, "All right, well, just shut the fuck up about me" or something.
I'm sure you all have seen it at this point. It's floated around for the last few months. But unfortunately, I was not there to experience the context behind the powder fart thing. If anybody was, please let me know why, what, and how.
Well, actually, no. I've seen I saw the powder fart video. It's on one of my live streams.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a clip running around of Chess putting powder in his ass and then farting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
you didn't know about that?
What?
Yeah. There's a video on YouTube showing it and everything.
That's not against the community guidelines?
Okay, not. I mean, I showed it.
Well, it's because the ass. I mean, don't forget, we're talking about a 400-pound individual. The ass is so big, unless you knew what it was, you wasn't sure what you were looking at.
Oh God!
I figured out because there was someone in the chat who said that I used to date Chess, so it's like play it again. I'll tell you if that's definitely Chess. Yeah.
Was this person a man or a woman?
It was a woman. Her name was Emily.
Just making sure. You never know.
Chess's exes, and she said, and she confirmed that that's Chess. Yeah.
Well, who was his college football team again?
Georgia.
He was a Georgia fan.
Boy, that's surprising.
He does
surprising
not
to me.
represent all Georgia fans.
That's what I'm saying, man. Back in 2020, you couldn't be off of here for a week because if you were off here for a week and then came back, there was about 7 new things that happened, and you'd miss out on all of it. Just the most chaotic shit went down.
Yeah, it was the Wild West.
It's
exactly what it is.
Like 2020. Yeah. Like 2020 and 2021, there was a lot.
It was like 2018 to 2021. Like it was a few year period.
Mm-hmm. Well, Chess came around in 2020, and then like soon afterwards, that's when the whole Camel Toes thing happened. And then BVD and Camel Toes had a feud, which I thought was hilarious because Camel Toes was out there saying outlandish shit like BVD was running a popcorn stand and a cotton candy maker at the flea market.
He was legitimately insane. Camel Toes was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people. Lou caught a lot of shit for all that between him and Camel Toes. And like, I went back and watched, what I missed from that whole thing. Fucking Lou handled it better than me. I might have actually killed that motherfucker for some of the shit he said.
Yeah.
Is that the guy that wiped his ass and then showed it?
Yes.
Yeah.
He did. Yeah, he was the guy who never mowed his lawn. So then he was like hitting like the grass with like a baseball bat.
Well, he was like, he had some sort of whatever that phobia is that you can't leave your house.
Agoraphobia.
Yeah, that's what he had. Like he couldn't drive. He had too much anxiety to drive. Basically, what he did was he locked himself inside of his trailer for 24 hours a day and drank hard liquor and smoked cigarettes and weed, and
so then he
did
said
live
that-
streams.
Yes, and he said that he was diagnosed with like 7 mental illnesses.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh, like there's 23 flavors in Dr. Pepper.
Something like that. Yeah.
Well, BVD,
Diagnosed with 7 mental illnesses.
well, BVD said this, and I think it rang true, is that Camel wasn't the worst person on planet Earth, but when the hard liquor came out, dude was a demon, basically.
Well, he was clearly on other things too. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I mean, but he was taking. I'm pretty sure he was taking like pharmaceutical drugs. You know.
Probably a little too many, because if you're saying stuff like BVD running a cotton candy stand and a popcorn popper the size of flea market, then you're probably taking a little too much.
Well, he took enough.
R.I.P. Camel Toe.
He took enough to stop his heart. So.
Yeah, for all those camel toes stingers that BBD had on his channel.
The guitar playing.
He wasn't even that old, was he? Like 40?
Yeah, I think he was in his 40s, yeah.
Yeah.
Older 40s, I think.
Is made up of fucking losers. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. A bunch of big, fat backstabbers. I don't know the rest.
I wonder if his channel still exists.
It does.
It does?
Yeah. There's one of his most recent live streams that's still up is the one where he yelled at Slitta because Slitta was telling everybody about how they need to get off YouTube and experience the real world and touch grass while making a bunch of YouTube videos about it. That's one of the only times.
Oh, yeah. Life off of YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about
This is life off YouTube while filming a YouTube video about life off YouTube.
Daily.
No, I did. I watched that. It was like a 7-minute rant that Camel made about it, and he's like, "You've got to be fucking stupid."
Whatever you do, if you type 8 camel toes into the YouTube search bar, you don't get what you're looking for, if you know what I mean. Some weird shit on here.
If you do it with no spaces, his channel will come up. Yeah, just make sure it's with no spaces.
Well, I made that mistake.
For anybody else thinking about looking up his channel, no spaces. Remember that.
Or put spaces in it and just fall down a rabbit hole of YouTube.
Especially if you're looking it up straight from Google.
There's a channel on here called Camel Toe Girl 3. Oh my god.
Is it that flat Earth girl from TikTok?
Oh my god, this video, look at this. This is by somebody called Camel Toe Lady 4. 216,000 views on this video.
Yeah.
And it's literally a 10-second video.
I'm about to be the next one.
Oh my god. Boy, people are sick.
They are.
Look at all of them.
If Rec Talk did that, that's at least 500,000 views.
What happened?
Yeah.
This is crazy. Look at this.
What did you do?
It's on the YouTube playback.
Oh, there he is. Finally, after, a real 8 camel toes, I actually found him.
True. I didn't know him in person.
Oh, that's not even him. It's somebody made a channel about him.
Okay.
Anyway. I think we got to end this thing here. It's been 3 hours.
It's been a hell of a show.
Feels like we've been on here 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a ride the past 3 hours. I know that.
Yeah, man.
I feel like I need to take a shower.
Colonoscopies and 8 camel toes.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you missed the first 2 hours.
Oh, snuff films.
Oh.
Yeah.
Boy, welcome to the off season. Holy shit.
Global warming.
Yeah.
Reincarnation.
Oh, eating mushrooms out of cow shit.
Yeah, mushrooms.
Yeah, sperms.
Well, are they poisonous or?
No.
No, those are the psychedelic
The good ones.
Oh, straight from the cow pasture. All right.
Yes.
All right, boys. I'm going to hop off. Appreciate you having me
All
on.
right. See you later, Rick.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Pete.
All right,
Peace
Squid.
to you, brother. Woo!
All right, Vic, what's your schedule? You got a show today or no?
No.
Man,
Celine is doing the
Celine is on a roll.
Yep, he is. Yep.
Damn. That's like 3 or 4 weeks in a row now.
Yep.
All right. Well, everyone go check out Celine. What time does that come on? 3?
3.
In an hour from now. An hour break. And
Back to it.
then, of course, VicTube on Friday at 6.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, Vic.
All right. Oh, see ya.
See you later, Vic. Well,
This was fun.
it was fun.
It was. I enjoyed myself. On my snow day.
What's what channel, Robert? Celine Driver? Is that the channel you're asking for? Yes. Just type in Celine Driver. I think he's the only one.
Yeah,
On there.
and that's another one. You never know where the conversation may take you.
Yes.
Now, a certainty is some old man ranting, yelling at the clouds.
Yeah. It's easy to get him going.
Yeah, it's not hard, but it's entertaining when you do.
It is.
Just talk about the Postal Service. That'll get him going.
Yeah, the Postal Service, the NFL,
Democrats.
Democrats. Yeah. All right, Slim. Had a good time. Talk to you
Yes,
later.
sir.
All right, that's going to do it for me as well. Thank you for tuning into the Midday Show. I feel like I should be apologizing to you for that. But anyway, if I don't see you again, I'll be back Friday at 11 a.m. To do this whole shit show again. Have a good Wednesday.